What is going on, guys? What is going on? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. Obviously, I should have started the stream a little earlier today, but we're kind of running a little late. But obviously, from the Sixers winning last night, which was fantastic, series tied 2-2, and now we get some news that James Bradberry has been released by the Giants. New news came out about James Bradberry as well that the Texans, I guess, from when the Giants were trying to trade Bradberry, it looks like the Texans had a trade in place, but it fell through due to contract issues. And I think that was the main issue of this whole thing because he was way too much of a big cap hit, and they tried to, kind of maneuver some money, I guess. And I guess it didn't work at the end. So James Bradberry has officially been released by the Giants. And see if the Eagles are aggressively, and I'm saying aggressively because, every time they say aggressively, we kind of get nothing out of it. So there's some people saying that this actually might take longer than expected. But, I mean, if they're going to be aggressive, and look, I think at the same time they should try to let these young guys play and let them, compete this year, which they will. But at the same time, are the Eagles in a rush to sign, the number 2 corner for this team, which James Bradberry was the number 1 for the Giants. I think he's going to be excellent on this team playing as a number 2, and I think would solidify that corner position very nicely, depending on what this contract, the length of years of the contract, whatever this whole thing is going to look like for Bradberry, because how he's good at doing these contracts at the end of the day. And then secondly, we got a leak, and it was a true leak, and it's official now that the Eagles-Vikings home opener for the Eagles will be playing Week 2, Monday Night Football, September 19th. So that's one game we have in the bag for the home opener. Probably a game I'm probably going to go to. I got to say, would love to stream it, but you know what? I might actually go because I haven't been to a night game. I don't know when's the last time I actually been to a night game, to be honest with you, but pretty pumped, pretty excited. But hey, appreciate everybody coming in the chat right now. We had a super chat before the stream started by Ray Bella with the 149 that says a super sticker. Thank you so much, Ray. Appreciate it so much, man. Nina, what's going on? It's been a good. Last night was a good day with the Sixers. I'll tell you that much. Been a really good day. Antonio says, if we get him, do we get him for 1 year? I don't know. I think they could redo his contract most likely. I think they can redo his contract. I don't think they have to pick up James Bradberry. I don't know what his cap hit. I think it has to do with cap hit reasons, but I think the Eagles could stretch his contract out a little bit if, how he's going to maneuver his contract most likely. I don't know if it's going to be long-term, short-term. I have no idea. But I think for maybe 2 years, I say it's, I say it's pretty fair. Cruising 66, he says, you damn vultures. Look, at the end of the day, you guys free up $10.5 million, so it's not a bad deal for you guys. You guys need as much cap as possible going into the 23 season, especially with Daniel Jones. If he's going to work out this year, might need more money to go sign another quarterback. So who knows what's going to happen, man? But I think it's better for the Giants to release him. I think it's better for both sides, to be honest. So we'll see. Let's see. Yo, GG says Saints, Raiders, and Commanders interested in Bradbury too. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to get my hopes too high about it because at the end of the day, there are other veteran cornerbacks still out there. Okay, you still have Xavier Rhodes and Joe Hayden and some of these other guys. Kyle Fuller. There's guys available, and you have a young cast of corners right now this year that are going to be competing against each other. So really, at the end of the day, it's really not a bad sign. You know what I mean? I feel like if they don't get Bradberry, I'm not going to be upset about it. I feel like if they let this slip through their fingers, it's probably because either he's getting paid way too much money. Because at the end of the day, if he gets paid over $10 million a year, or something happens, or he's getting paid over $10 million on a short-term contract a year for a short-term, I don't know. I feel like they have to stay away from it. Xavier Rhodes would probably be an option. You just need a bridge corner at number 2. Like Steven Nelson played very solid last year, but when you have these corners that are covering for 8-9 seconds, or these quarterbacks have too much of a quick release with no pass rush, it's a big problem. So we'll see. Showing off, what's going on? Mayor, what's going on, man? Miles says I would give James Bradberry a 3-year, $30 million guaranteed contract, $35 million possible 30-year option. Williams says $11 million cap hit, but that's on the Giants' books. Yeah, that's not going to be on us or any team that picks him up. Sarah says, I prayed God that we would get Bradberry. I believe Jesus is real and we'll hear my prayers. I hope he does. Ron says, Bradberry, nah. I'd say if he wants a lot of money, I'd say no. No, it says let's keep making big splash plays and pick up Bradberry. It would be a very big move for the Eagles. It would be a huge move for the Eagles as of right now. So he's getting 12 to 15. I hope not, because I'd stay away. If he's getting that much, I would stay away from it. I would totally stay away from it if it's that much. I'm just gonna be honest. Let me put the stream on my phone real quick. This way we're good there. I would stay away from that. Antonio says, how you feel if the Saints take him because they already took Honey Badger from us? It really just depends on what the number this guy's looking for. If it's a reworked deal and how much he wants to get paid, it just depends. I don't know what it's going to be. No idea. Miles says we have enough cornerbacks. I would look for safety instead. I feel like they're going to pick up one of these positions. Safety-wise, I mean, you have that Chuck Clark you could trade for, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. You're going to have to give up assets for that. You're going to have to give up some draft capital. So I don't know if the Eagles are going to go after Chuck Clark. If not, I made a video on trying to get Malcolm Jenkins back for a year. I'm just kind of reaching and going through options. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of going through options. Maybe they have a lot of faith in Marcus Epps, but then when I think about free agency, they tried going after Marcus Williams. And almost met the number of 5 years, $70 million for Marcus Williams, but it didn't happen though. Liner says we need Bradberry. I'm not going to play about this. J6 Show, you think that's on ABC because it's usually on Fox or ESPN? I think it is on ABC from what it sounds like. Michael said we have enough cornerbacks. Brand says, "What up? What's going on, Brandon?" How do you feel about playing the Vikings? I think we beat them. I mean, look, the Vikings offensively are good. Justin Jefferson's is going to be a handful, but I think with the linebackers we have now, I think we can contain it with Kirk Cousins, obviously. So I think Kirk Cousins has got that 1-year deal fully guaranteed with the Vikings right now. We got some good weapons. I mean, it's going to be a good test in Philly. It's going to be a good game. So, I mean, this is actually a really good game. I actually like it as the second week, as the home opener. It's good. I love it. It's prime time, which is going to be very exciting. So, Mike says, do you think we would have to pay Bradbury $20 million? No, I don't think so. I hope not, because I would stay away from if that was the case. Ira says, I heard Darius Lee was trying to recruit Bradbury. Hopefully that will be the deciding factor if he's coming to Philly. He's trying to recruit everybody at this point. He's really trying to recruit everybody. Angelo says, Joey, we only have $4 million in cap. That's what everybody said when we tried to trade for a veteran receiver, man. That's what everybody said. The cap don't mean a damn thing. I don't care about the cap because Howie Roseman will make it work. He will make it work. Myron says, what's good, Shakes Bradbury? We need to make this happen like now. We'll see, dude. We'll see. I don't know. It depends, just the competition the Eagles have and how much the price is going to go up for Bradbury. So we'll see. I mean, if Bradbury really wants to be a Philadelphia Eagle and wants to come here and show us what he has, especially facing his old team twice a year, I guess that's up to him at the end of the day. So. Irish Steve says anything over $6-7 million for Bradbury would be too much for the Eagles. Not that he isn't worth more, but don't have the cap space, plain simple. Let me tell you something. You can't. The cap space is a whole nother deciding factor. Okay, on signing a player. I mean, the Eagles got away with signing AJ Brown, having him cheap for this year, and on his new deal as well, having him cheap for the 2023 next year, the season next year, which is kind of crazy. Mayor says, I have a conspiracy theory. The last 2 Eagle videos showing the players doesn't show Jalen Reagor. I'm thinking he's getting moved. That's why he ain't on both videos. That's definitely a good thing right there. So, I definitely noticed that since you said it. Reagor hasn't been on any of the videos of these Eagles videos on YouTube that they've been putting up. So, here's my Mayor. This is what I think. I think that the Eagles are actually going to be releasing or trading Reagor before training camp. I think he will be gone. I don't think he's going to be here. I do not think he's going to be here. Brad says, what would you take Bradberry for? I don't know. If it's 10 or less, I'll take him. If it's 10 or less, I'll take him. Mayor said, that's wrong. We have 15 million NFL post picture. Yeah, I have no idea about the cap space. I have no idea how much we have. So I heard 8 a couple days ago and then 4 just now, and I don't know what we have. So, yeah, Kevin King is another option as well, Mike. Definitely. Kevin King is another option. Your mate said if we were to get Bradbury for $9 million, I'd be fine with that. If it's $9 million, I'd be fine with that, 100%. Yo, Ron, what's going on, man? He says, Joey, is Bradbury and Rhodes both better than Steven Nelson in your opinion? I think Bradbury is. Rhodes, no. I I think he could be as good as Nelson, but I don't think Rhodes is the same player he used to be. I think under Gannon, because Gannon coached him in 2000, a couple years ago, before he became the defensive coordinator, and he was the corner coach at the time. And Xavier Rhodes came in on that 1-year deal for the Colts, and he balled out with Gannon as the cornerback coach that year. So. The ad says Howie knows the East is his for the taking. He's doing everything he can to support Hurts. I really think he's going to get someone. I hope so, dude. I think he will get one of those positions, whether it's safety or cornerback. I feel like it will happen. Yo, Chris, what's going on, man? Jade said, okay, we'll see, because it says the schedule comes out. Michael says Kevin King is another option. Ryan says cap space is an issue. Have you pay attention to his free agency working this year? You can't. It's the cap is misunderstood. If Howie wants a player, he will fit them under the cap. You just got to give it time. You made it even a 1-year deal for Bradberry. I'd be fine with a 1-year deal. I would be fine with it. I don't need to have everybody. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like. The Eagles should draft the corner next year. Like if Hurts works out, we still have these 2 first-rounders and that second next year. And I think we're going to have more draft cal because Dillard could be traded, Rager could be traded, Minshew could be traded in time this year, whether it's now or the trade deadline. I feel like there's something brewing. I feel like we're going to have more draft capital going into the 2023 season next year. So Vin says sign Bradbury to a 1-year, $8 million, and we're set. I'm good with that, man. Ron says getting Jank back would be insane. He's not the same as he used to be, but can question his leadership. No, I mean, you can't question his leadership at all, but I made a video about reaching for Malcolm Jenkins just because he doesn't have to do everything in this defense. If you bring him in on a 1-year cheap deal, he won't have to do everything. You know what I mean? He won't have to move around too much because I think you have the linebackers now. You just got to shore up the cornerback position a little bit. And Malcolm could move around a little bit, but I think everything won't be on his plate. You know what I mean? I think that would be a more interesting thing. So. That boy, the Jets, I'm kind of unsure about Bradbury only because his numbers have gone down since 20. And how are we not sure that he's not going to end up like Steven Nelson, only here for 1 year? I mean, look, at the end of the day, like if it's a 1-year deal, I mean, take the chance. I think he's better than Steven Nelson. I mean, look around what the Giants had. I mean, that defense was horrible. Okay. Now, I feel like with Bradbury as a number 2, he is going to benefit off of everybody else as a role-playing bridge. But I think as an upgraded role-playing bridge, that's above average. So I feel like he will play pretty well. Mayor says to Joey, that's a blessing if they do, bro. It's going to be. I'm telling you. Chris said, hey, Shakes, I would sign Bradbury for no more than $10 million. I totally agree with that. I wouldn't pay him over that, to be honest. I wouldn't pay him over that. Killam says, would you rather have him or Chuck Clark? I would rather try to get a safety in here. That's just me because I feel like there's not enough options out there in free agency for safety. I feel like at cornerback, there's always going to be options. Even if you don't get Bradbury, you got Xavier Rhodes, Joe Hayden, Kyle Fuller. Like there's a lot of guys out there right now. So I feel like there is enough out there. John says Dillard, Rager, J. John, a few others could be traded still to open up cap space. Jason Joey, James Bradbury, our cornerback. He is a pure corner. Straight Edge says, oh, yeah, I totally forgot. So Straight Edge Future says we'd have to trade Samal to free up enough to afford Bradbury after a rookie contract for about $4 to $5 million. Bradbury will need at least 6.5 per year. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, that's another one. Isaac Samalo, well, you know what? I think Isaac Samalo is actually going to stay now just because Nate Herbig got released. They had him on that RFA second-round tender, which, they tried to trade him during the draft. It couldn't happen. They tried to get more cap. They tried to get more draft. They tried to actually get a second-day pick, which I actually have to try to give them respect. They put a second-round tender on him, try to get a second-round pick for the draft on the first day, but it didn't happen, though. So Chris says extend Hargrave and save $13 million. Yeah, so I think Javon Hargrave is a re-sign candidate as well. They could save $13 million. They could save $13 million. Okay, that they could do it by extending him. Mayor says, I want to extend Slay contract year, giving him 3 more years. Slay ain't on the decline. Dude still plays. He's 20. Be smart. Add some more years. Jay says, you don't have to draft. Says the team positions, I think they could take linebacker receiver off that list. Yo, Carla Real, what's going on, man? He says, Howie is a restructuring contract GOAT. He can make it work. I totally agree with that. Totally agree. William Steele says, I would love Malcolm Jenkins to come back. Keelan Brunson's Burner 2.0 says, Bradbury not coming to Philly. Let's be realistic. I wouldn't say it won't happen, but I think there is a good chance. I mean, there's always a chance because even if reports come out that they're aggressively going after somebody, it doesn't mean they might go after them or how aggressive they're going to be because Howie Roseman has a lot, it was a very underwhelming free agency this year. I think we can all agree on that. So, Bro says, can we get a 4th round pick for Jalen in his Twitter account? Yo, Ryan, what's going on, man? Keeler says, Rhodes and Bouye would be very good as well. What do you think, Joe? Yeah, Bouye, I mean, they're all old. I mean, the rest of these veteran cornerbacks that are available, I think Joe Hayden is, I don't know if Joe Hayden's the oldest. I think he's like 33. Bouye is like 31, I think, something like that. I mean, all these corners are over 30. So this is what you're getting. You're going to be getting an older cornerback out of what's left if you don't get Bradberry. What is Bradberry, 27? Something like that? Eagles Fly says Dawkins at safety at Bradbury at cornerback. I think we really are legit scary. Ariat says, how soon do you think we know who got him? I mean, we're going to find out. I mean, we're going to find out. I mean, the news will happen. We'll see. Just give it give it time. We'll just give it time. Gervais says everyone said that A.J. Brown wasn't coming to Philly. To be realistic, well, he did. So can Bradbury. I totally agree with that. I made a video on Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown working out, and I got killed on that video. I got killed on it. That things could happen. Even I feel like people didn't really even watch the video. They just said, "Oh, he's not coming. Why are you putting up videos like this?" Blah blah blah. I'm just putting up a video saying I actually explained that Jalen Hurts was working his tail off this offseason. I said, A.J. Brown, it's not really realistic to me. I wish it was, but I don't think it's going to happen. But you guys got to give it time. Seg says, definitely get Chuck Clark, man. Focus for me. I wouldn't mind Bradbury. Irish says, another way to look at it, are the Eagles good enough right now to be Super Bowl contender? I think they are at least a year away, but how do you feel they are, then Bradbury to shore up the cornerback too? I feel like I'm not thinking Super Bowl this year. I'm thinking they win the division. They can win a playoff game or two, maybe. Okay, they can have double-digit wins. There, I mean, with what they have on this roster, offensively especially, they should have 10-plus wins this year. I'm going to say 8 to 10, but if they really surprise me, if they play at that they're supposed to play on par, they could get double-digit wins this year. Okay, if Hurts stays as the starting quarterback after this year, I feel that they could be contenders by next year. I think they can be. If everything goes the way it does, maybe. I say 1 to 2 years. If Hurts doesn't work out, they have to draft a quarterback. It can take 2 to 3 after next year. So who knows? I mean, you never know what's going to happen. But Herbig signed with the Jets, so Joe Douglas picked him up, which I can't blame him because, I mean, to be honest with you, Nate Herbig is a starter. I mean, he could start for a team right now. You know what I mean? It says, if Hurts is the guy, will Anderson, edge rusher from Banner to Philly, best player in next year's class? Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about him. Vince says, cornerback 2, literally the only need we have left. We got 2 proven starters at safety, plus cornerbacks like Maddox can simply move to safety, but safeties can move to cornerback. Yeah, I like those guys that have, corners that have safety background, safeties that have corner background. I like that guy, kind of a guy like Malcolm Jenkins. There's plenty of guys on this roster you can move around the field, which is great. That boy says, how confident are you in Marcus Epps and Kevon Wallace if they were to start at safety? Kevon Wallace, definitely not. Marcus Epps, I really do like. I mean, I haven't really liked him as a player, but last year he played really well for the Philadelphia Eagles. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. And they might figure out and say, you know what? I like Marcus Epps playing next to Anthony Harris. So who knows? I know it's not a big fan favorite, but so I said, hey, Joey, how's it hanging, Joey? I think Howie has to get Bradbury now. If not, Chuck Clark, Kevin King, or AJ Bowie would be cool. I'd totally be fine with that. If they don't get Bradbury, there's plenty of other options in free agency for a lot of corners that they want to bring in. So a lot of talent. Young says, if we sign Bradbury and trade for a safety, I think we legit contenders in the conference. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't think they're going to do both. I feel like they're going to do one or the other. They're either going to sign a corner or sign a safety or trade for one or the other. I feel like they should go safety just because there's a lot of options at corner right now. There's a lot out there right now. So Kendo says, Bradbury, you're not Bradbury or not, they cannot go into the season with a young on track. No, I mean, look, I want these guys to compete, but I feel like they have to even bring a body in here if you bring a body in here just if it's not Bradbury, say you don't get Bradbury, you bring a body in here just to see what he does during camp. If one of the young guys beat him out like a Mario Goodrich or Zach McPherson, Tay Gowan, Kerry Vincent Jr., one of these other guys, Mac McCain, one of these guys, I'm totally fine with it. There's a lot of good competition at this cornerback spot. I think there's a lot of good competition. Reeve says, I'm fine with Zach. Can we let a player develop? As you said, give it time. You have to give it time. You have to. Because every time we have young guys on the roster and we throw in a free agent, it's just going to stint everybody. It's not going to stint the competition, because guys will, compete. But I don't want these coaches to overlook on some of these young guys and think they're never going to have a chance. I want one of these guys to have a chance. You know what I mean? So that's what I want. RC start typing and not start off by saying, hello, my friend. No disrespect. No, you're good, man. You can say what you got to say, man. You don't have to be like, hey, what's going on? You can, whatever you want to do. It's all good. Pop said that would be a great pickup if we can get him. Very excited about this year. I am pumped. I think it'll be between Raiders and Eagles for Bradbury. Look, the less teams, the merrier it's going to be, because the more teams, his price is going to drive up and up and up and up, and the Eagles are just going to be like, nah. I'm not we don't know if the Eagles want Bradbury long-term or short-term. You know what I mean? We don't know what Bradbury wants, and we don't know what the Eagles want in Bradbury. You know what I mean? What they want him here as. I mean, he's relatively young at 27. So, I mean, he could be here for a few, you can put him on a 3-year deal if you want. You know what I mean? Say, hey, should we care about cornerback next year? Should we, you know what I mean? So we'll see. Edo said, I would love to see players like Kavon Zach, David Epps starts to. Yeah, I would love it. I mean, Kavon Wallace, I hate Kavon Wallace, but I mean, I think he's all talk, no play at the end of the day. But I mean, we'll see. Ryan said, I've seen the Texans were close to training for James Barry. Yeah, so that was the news. So apparently the news was that apparently because of contract issues, the Texans were trading for him. So it said Texans had trade in place for Giants Bradberry, but it fell through due to contract issues. So this is when the Giants were actually trying to trade Bradberry, and we just couldn't get it done. So Vince said, I got you, bro. Have a little faith, Howie Goatsman. Yeah, he said that on WIP, which was funny. He said that. I feel like I'm looking at a different GM right now. It's kind of crazy. Big play, Slay. Visual says, I just remember the Eagles have 2 first-round picks next year. They do. They got 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick next year. That's what I'm saying, guys. Like, how he could trade and how he just killed this draft. Totally killed it. Eagles fan says, we are not contenders with the QB that can't read and throw. Calvin Williams says, Maddox needs to stay around line in that slot. Bird's Eye View says, what do you need to see and feel comfortable with signing Hurts to a big money contract? There's some people just say improvement, but what's improvement in your point of view? Is improvement an extra 1,000 yards? Is an improvement, is it just the throwing aspect? Is it more than that? I think it comes to anticipation on throws, not missing wide receivers wide open. With A.J. Brown now as a Philadelphia Eagle, you have no excuse from what you are carrying with this offense. There is no excuse for him not to have a big year this year. At this point, if he gets 27, 28 touchdowns, I think it's a solid year. Passing touchdowns, okay? If he has over, 3,500 yards, it's a good year. But depending on where we are and how he plays and how consistent he is, really, all you're going to need is really the eye test. I mean, you don't have to go by statistics, because I felt like Jalen Hurts' statistics last year were kind of an afterthought, just because his fourth quarter numbers were really good at the end because teams were playing a lot of prevent. He was pretty much making a lot of completions, underneath because of the prevent that defenses were playing against us. So I feel like, it's really just the eye test and what we're going to see on the field, really. I mean, I don't think it's going to be that hard to see if he doesn't make the same stupid, repetitive mistakes he did last year. Now, he's only played a year and a half of football, theoretically, only a year and a half. Okay, totally know that. Okay, so I thought he got better from the early 21 to late 2021. I mean, really, at the early 2021, I couldn't really complain too much because Hurts was still a rookie at that point, because he didn't play a full season, played a couple, 4 to 5 games in 2020. So I think it just comes down to the eye test, dude. I think it just comes down to that. I mean, you'll be able to see it, dude. You'll be able to actually see it. Philadelphia Eagles fan too said, Joe, did you see that Devontae Smith was introduced as a former Philadelphia Eagle last night? Yeah, it was funny. He thought he lost his job. It was funny. Nick says, I think Wallace could be great if he stays healthy. Last time he played, he hit a dude so hard he hurt himself. Oh, boy. Trade says, Marcus Epps gets better every year. Slay predicted a breakout year from him. Yeah, dude, if he keeps doing what he's doing right now, I'm totally fine with the way he's playing. He's playing absolutely amazing right now. Absolutely amazing. Jay said, we need to open trial for safety, another Invincible movie in the making. Yo, Kyle John said, what would you think about trading Rager to the Ravens for safety Charles Clark? Ravens need a wide receiver and have 3 good safeties on the roster, Hamilton, Williams, and Clark. Yeah. I think it would be a good spot. It just depends if they want him. If they don't want him, then I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if it's going to be the right move for the Eagles. I mean, if they just want to dump, it's like, hey, we want to trade Rager, kind of want to dump this player off, I don't care if they get a 5th, 6th round pick for him at this point. I really don't. I feel like they can almost get anything for him. I just want him off this team regardless. So we'll see. What's up, Kenzo? David says, Bradberry has 3+ interceptions in the last 3 seasons. Him and Slay would be tough. Yeah, I think, look, because Bradberry is going from being a number 1 to a number 2, I think he's going to benefit a lot, especially being across from Slay 100%. Yo, Trent, what's going on, man? Dan Thilios Burns said, Howie will 100% make a great offer for Bradberry. We'll see, man. We'll see. I'm looking for something to happen really soon. Really soon. Not in 2 seconds, not today. I mean, I feel like something will happen. We'll see, though. I'll give it time. We'll see. Carla Real says, why would releasing Kavan save us any cap? He's just taking. He's a 4th round pick. He's not going to. I mean, it's not. If you're looking for a big cap saving, you're not going to get it from him. Definitely not. Yo, Philly Jim, what's going on, man? I will be on Philly Jim's channel on Wednesday. If you guys haven't followed Philly Jim, he is an Eagles content creator. Check him out. He's on a sports network as well. So definitely on the Gauntlet Sports Network. So definitely check him out if you guys have it. Subscribe to his channel if you guys have it. Tony said, Eagles fan 99. Luckily, nobody has made the decision on playing Hurts after only his 2nd year. He's only played a year and a half of football, guys. Like, I'm on both sides. Like, I'm going to be very hard on Jalen Hurts this year. Pause. But you know what I mean. Andre Chandler says, to be honest, I'm comfortable letting Gowan, Goodrich, Job, and Zach Ballard out of camp, save our money, and let our young guys get a chance to shine. No, I totally agree with that. But the Eagles need to make sure that if they, I feel like they still have to bring a body in. So if they feel like one of these young guys is really balling out, or maybe could be a futuristic starter for this team, whether it's, maybe on the number 2 cornerback or, in the future, and maybe they bring in a body at veteran cornerback. If it's not Bradberry, somebody on a 1-year deal, some of these older cornerbacks that are still available out there, I feel like they will maybe try to make a move. So we'll see. Chris says, the only reason I'd say we're not Super Bowl contender, a Super Bowl team yet is Hurts and a quarterback too. I believe in Hurts, but I have to see his improvement in the passing game. I totally agree with that. Let the offense work around you. Like, I don't need Jalen Hurts to do read options or RPOs every single play. I feel like the Eagles still need to run the ball consistently like they did, like they missed out on the beginning of last year. I feel like they still got to run the ball very well. But at the same time, you got to do some play action. You have A.J. Brown now. You have Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Quez Watkins working in the slot. Whatever they're going to do there, I feel like there's a lot more that they could do in this offense. So we'll see. Bryce, what's going on, man? Mikey says, I told you all that Howie is a stud. Jace Young says, just saying that there's more guys available if James Bradberry isn't available. Jermaine says, Dan Snyder just said it makes too much sense for the Eagles to sign Bradberry. Chris says, while Hurts needs a major improvement, I do not agree with people saying he's flat out garbage. They don't remember. No, I mean, I don't think he's flat out garbage at all because trust me, I mean, he wouldn't have been in games that long. This is a 2nd-round pick. This was a 2nd-round pick that was supposed to be a backup. He wasn't supposed to be the starter of this team. It wasn't supposed to happen. I mean, I think we'd all agree on that. Joey Washans. Young says, I want Jalen Hurts to succeed so we can use them 2 first-round picks next year. That's what I'm saying, dude. If Jalen Hurts works out after this year, you could do whatever the hell you want with those 2 first rounders. You can use them both. You could trade one of them back for more picks for 2024 because at the 2024 draft, they only have 2 second rounders. They don't have another first rounder. So they could trade back one of those picks they want. I wouldn't be opposed to that either, but I kind of want them, to draft 2 guys in the first round again next year. So we'll see. Philadelphia Eagles fan 2 said, Joey, do you think Carson Strong will make the roster? You know what? If Minshew gets traded, which I think there could be a possibility Minshew could get traded because number one, he's cheap. I think he's only over $900,000 for the year, and he's only he's an above average backup quarterback. Not going to win you a championship, but I think he can win you games. So I'm thinking right now, if they trade him, I think Carson Strong will be the backup quarterback to Jalen Hurts. If Minshew is still here, they're not keeping 3 quarterbacks on this roster. So if Carson Strong does go to practice squad, I don't think he's going to be on the Eagles practice squad for long because when you're on a practice squad, another team could claim another player off another one's practice squad. So I feel like Strong will be gone regardless if Minshew is here. If Minshew's here, I think he's gone. So it could be a chance. I think it just depends on Gardner Minshew. They're not keeping 3 quarterbacks on this roster. So Jermaine says, I can see it now. Divisional round playoffs, Eagles versus Packers. What a game that would be. Jason, I mean, Jalen Reagor had all time to recover, but his friend got murdered, so probably still. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess that could be a reason why for the whole year, though. I don't know, but his attitude has been very bad this offseason between his Instagram lives. He's still doing his stuff on social media where he's not allowing people to comment in his comment section. He's doing some things this offseason that hasn't really made me any promise to me. You usually give these receivers 3 years, but between him, I don't know if that's going to be the case. We'll see. I don't think the Ravens would be all right with that, to be honest. Derek 6 said, what if the Eagles win 10 to 12 games, one playoff game with an elite run attack defensive identity? Hurts still thereafter. I feel like he will be. Straight Future says, people need to watch highlights on Philly's new return man. Britton Covey is fantastic, would even work his way up to being a gadget player, wide receiver, running back, quarterback, trick play hybrid. I totally agree with that. Just made a video on that a couple days ago about Britton Covey. I think he can actually produce with this offense. I think they can use him as a gadget wide receiver for slant routes, go routes, which Utah did use him for that. End arounds, jet sweeps, screen passes. I think they could use him for a lot of that, to be honest with you. Calvin says, I'm hoping we rotate some of these young edge rushers this year, both Johnsons. I hope Davion Taylor had a speedy and good recovery. Yeah, Davion Taylor's another one where he's coming off injury now, a knee injury. He got injured in preseason as well. He got injured twice. I think the first combination we saw on these linebackers, hence why the Eagles kept 7 linebackers last year, which was kind of ridiculous. But I can get why they did it, because they want to find that right combination and compete throughout the season. I thought TJ Edwards and Davion Taylor really shored up. Played really well together. But at the same time, now you drafted Nakobe Dean in the 3rd round. You picked up Kaiser White. You picked up a couple, and Hassan Reddick that could switch from Sam linebacker to edge rusher. So you picked up some either, linebacker hybrids. And Kyron Johnson from Kansas in the 6th round, they picked him up, which I think most likely he'll be a rotational defensive end, a depth defensive end. But at the same time, I think there's some good things to take from it. So Rogue said Eagles should pack a trade for a better pick player like Reagor and Dillard. Doe says, hey, Joey, yeah, we're looking really good right now, man. Philly Jim says, legendary stream come Wednesday. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Yeah, everyone subscribe to Philly Jim if you guys haven't. Trade says, hey, Joe, I can't wait to see the preseason battles for quarterback 2 and tight end 2. Yeah, I'm excited, to be honest. I don't think J-Jaw is going to make it at tight end 2. I'm sorry. I can't see him getting the ball. I can't even see him blocking defensive ends and linebackers. I just can't see it as of right now. I can't see it. Jason, does TJ Edwards start at middle linebacker or Dean? I feel like so right now, I think they're working Dean at weak side linebacker, and I think due in time they will move him to middle linebacker. I think that will happen. I think it's just get him acclimated to obviously just what they're doing with these linebackers, and I think at due in time he will be that middle linebacker for the Eagles this year, and he's healthy. And how did we get Nakobe Dean in the 3rd round? I don't know how we got him, but we got him though. We got a super chat from James Madalena. What's going on, man? He said, hello, what do you think of the Vikings matchup? I like it. I really do like it. I feel like the NFL wants to see what the Eagles got. You got Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson. I mean, Kirk Cousins coming in on the last year of his contract, fully guaranteed contract this year. I think it's going to be a good matchup defensively because the Vikings defense is going to be good this year. I think it's going to be pretty good. So I think they match up pretty well, and I think it'll be a battle. I think it'll be a battle in Philly. Might be going to that game. Sorry, but I might be going to it. I think I haven't been to a primetime game in a while, probably years. I don't know when's the last primetime game I went to, but Jermaine says, last time the Eagles acquired an established and elite number 1 wide receiver, 2004 Owens. Last time Eagles played Minnesota at home on Monday Night Football, 2004. Oh, yeah, it was week 2 home opener as well. Dury says, Bradberry would help Hurts a lot since the scheme against him last year. Totally agree. 2TR Pill says, J-Jaw block defensive end linebackers while at wideout. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it was as good as everyone thought it was going to be with his block. I mean, his blocking is good. I want to see him on the receiving end. I feel like I think that Grant Calcaterra from the 6th round from SMU, he might actually take his spot because Tyree Jackson's coming off an ACL and only his 2nd year playing that position at tight end. And then you got Jack Stahl that pretty much is a Jack Stahl is pretty much right now, he's a blocking tight end, most likely. I mean, he doesn't really get the ball that much. I would like to see him get the ball and be most of a catcher right now, so we'll see. I will be streaming the schedule release. Yes, I will. Mr. says Costco. Mr. Pork says Mr. Pork's with the with the super chat says Costco hot dogs. I don't think I've ever been in a Costco in my life. I don't think I ever have been. But it sounds good, though. Sounds really good, though. Appreciate the super chat very much, man. Thank you so much. We have 412 in the chat right now. Big stream. Appreciate everybody joining as of right now. Guys, haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We do streams like this every day. We cover the Eagles every single day. Check out some of my videos. If you guys haven't, checked the memberships out in the pinned comment for extra content. Any tier does not matter. It's cheap. It's just for extra content and support. It's there if you guys want it in the pinned comment above the live chat. Like the stream if you guys haven't either, guys. Much appreciate everybody coming in the stream today. We got a lot to talk about. James Bradberry just got released by the Giants. And then obviously we got our first matchup. We have the schedule. So this schedule is going to get leaked as of right now. So I figure right now we will have a week 2 Monday Night Football home game against the Vikings. Very excited. I'm probably going to go to that game. I feel like I have to go to that game. So it's going to be kind of crazy. Yo, George, what's going on, man? Hope you're having a good day today. We got super chat from Suo Blaze. Come on, Bradberry. What's up, guys? What's going on, Suo? Yeah, dude, I'm kind of waiting on this. If the Eagles are somewhat interested and are aggressively going after. We heard that word aggressively a lot of times this offseason, especially in that preseason. We heard that word aggressively. Okay. I feel like there's a chance we can get him. There's a chance. Appreciate super chat very much, Mayor. Suo. Mayor, what's going on? Grant is well established as Jack Stahl can actually block. He had key blocks last year at that Penn State talented tight end better than JJ Howie. Got to bite them bullet and leave him on the practice squad. Miguel Munoz says, you the man, Joe. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it so much. We got Celica says Texans also pursued. Yeah, so it looks like the Texans actually tried to trade for Bradbury because of contract situations. They couldn't get the trade done. So Jermaine says, just go. Weenies are a good deal. $2 each in their giant juicy weenies. Pause. Yeah, I need a big pause for that one. Jacob says, I might go to another Monday Night Football game if my Steelers play at home. That's good, man. Eagles Gang says, I love the profile picture, by the way. Moment every Eagles fan has been waiting for, the Justin Jefferson coming to Philly, facing the Eagles in Philly. Can't wait it to be very, very interesting. I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited. Tony B says, and you get a soda with Costco hot dogs for only $2 total. Yeah, the Saints are coming to Philly as well. I'm excited for that. Jermaine says, yeah, Tony and freaking soda, hell of a deal. Fisher Riff says it's aggressive because of the $20+ million in contract. Philadelphia Eagles fan 2 said, Joey, imagine JJ take a Whiteside trying to block Parsons. Yeah, that's definitely not going to happen. I mean, that's definitely not going to happen. So it looks like there is some news from Mosher coming out. It says NFL sources tell Mosh that Colts director of scouting Morocco Brown expect to interview this week with Eagles for a high-ranking executive position. Eagles interviewed Steelers pro scouting coordinator Brandon Hunt over the weekend. These are some good, from the Colts and then the Steelers as well. So this is pretty good as well. Thank you, Ryan, for that news, by the way. Ryan is like my news guy. He sends me stuff all the time. So I got to say thank you. Because I miss out on anything, he's always there for me. He's always there for me regardless. So I appreciate it so much. Ziga says, do you know how far away September? It was never further. Can't wait. Fly goes, fly greens from Bosnia. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. All the way in Bosnia and watching me. That's awesome. Thank you so much for coming in, man. These 4 months are going to be kind of crazy right now. Like, it's going to be a long 4 months, but definitely enjoy your summer, guys. Don't make a huge deal out of it, but definitely enjoy your summer. I'm very excited, guys. I'm very excited for the season coming up. I'm actually excited for training camp and OTAs and to see what these guys are doing. I really am. I'm actually pretty pumped for it. So let's see here. All right. Eagles Gang said this is the first time in a while that I've excited for the Eagles season. I'm excited every year, but this was good though. This was a monster draft, a very underwhelming free agency, but I thought they did really well. like really well. Because I hope we light up Honey Badger. Yeah, I hope so too. Make him regret not coming here. I think tight end depth will likely end up at 4. Goddard, Calcaterra, Stahl, Arcega-Whiteside, Jackson, and Togai, Cut, and Rogers on a veteran practice squad. Rome says, I think Jalen has a breakout year. And when he does, we could potentially be within the top 5 seed. I feel like the Eagles in the conference, the NFC conference, I feel like they're the 5th or 6th best team as of right now. I feel like they have a big shot. They have a big shot to get into the playoffs with a really weak NFC East right now. I think the NFC East is wide open because I don't think much teams improved. Besides maybe the Commanders with Carson Wentz, I don't think teams have improved. I think the Giants had a really good draft. I think the Giants had a great draft. Eagles had a great draft. Cowboys had a mediocre draft. And, Washington didn't really have the best draft, but they acquired a couple good players, but nothing crazy. I thought they reached on Jahan Dotson a little bit, but is there enough cap for Bradberry? There's always enough cap for everybody. It doesn't matter what it is. There's always enough cap. It doesn't matter. Zelix says, Philly 500, you are my favorite Phils. I appreciate it so much, man. Thank you so much. And he would appreciate it too. Jacob said, 4 months away from football, I'm going to get NFL Sunday ticket. Yeah, get NFL Sunday. That's what I have to do. I think $300 is a ripoff, but if you're out of the area, and you're well over out of the area, so you kind of have to get it at that point. Mary says, I take Brian Hunt from the Steelers. Joey, he can draft and do to scout. He can definitely help us with the underrated talent. I hope so, man. That's good. I mean, I'm really glad. I'm really glad they're bringing in these. I'm really glad that the old is going out and we're getting some new front office members, which I really do like. And I feel like Howie Roseman sat there did this draft. He's like, I don't need anybody's help. I did this draft all on my own. I picked the best players in this draft that I could pick for the Philadelphia Eagles, and he got it done, guys. He got it done. There's 300 people in the chat. Smash the like button. Appreciate it so much, man. Definitely smash that like button if you guys have it. Does help out the channel a lot. Jane says, Joey, look at Georgia pickup. Google look up Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia says, can't wait to see A.J. Brown, Smitty, the torch, Trevon Diggs twice a year. Yeah, it's not going to be easy, bro. Not going to be easy for him. Mike said, yo, Joey, who would win a fight? You or Philly 500? Probably Philly 500. Most likely. 10 tons of 2 said the Georgia Eagles will win the East. The Georgia Eagles. That's what we're called now. Yo, Randall, the handle. What's going on, man? He says, sup, bro? What's happening this season? We getting a vet corner or make a trade for stud Chuck Clark? I don't know. I feel like they're doing one or the other. I don't feel like they're doing both. If it was me, I'd go after. I would go after a safety because I don't think there's many options out there. And plus, you have to trade for Chuck Clark. So what is it going to cost? I mean, hopefully they're not going to want that much for him, but I don't know if Howie wants to give away draft picks. I think Chuck Clark's only a $4.6 million cap hit this year. So he's relatively cheap. So the Eagles can afford him definitely. But he's a guy that can move around the field. He doesn't just play safety. He can move as a corner. He's a move around type Malcolm Jenkins type safety, which I do like. So I rather than go after safety, but if Bradberry is on the radar, I can't complain about it because I think Bradberry is an upgrade for whatever's out in free agency. Plus, I think better than Steven Nelson when he's coming from being a number 1 to a number 2. I think he's going to work out very well here at Bradberry could be a Philadelphia Eagles. So I totally agree with that. Adolf says, there's always enough cap. I love it. I mean, really, at the end of the day, just because we only have a certain amount of cap doesn't mean we can't sign the player because the cap is not there for them. They will make room. If they have to extend Javon Hargrave to save $13 million, they could do it. You know what I mean? Not saying that Bradberry should cost that much this late, but we'll see, though. Ani Chandler says, we literally have 2 positions where it might be concerning free safety and cornerback 2 as opposed to last year needing a lot more. Oh, 100%, dude. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Howie did all he could do so far. We're not done yet. I feel like there's a lot more moves coming. At least one more move I feel like is going to happen. But, I mean, for what he did this offseason, I can't even complain, dude. I can't complain. I mean, he got you linebackers. He got you 2 first-round prospects, Nakobe Dean in the 3rd round. Okay, got Kaiser White. They loaded on linebackers. It's crazy. I mean, they got Jalen Hurts another weapon. I was waiting for a weapon. I mean, just think about it. They would have had Calvin Ridley. I mean, maybe that's a blessing in disguise. Thank God Calvin Ridley for gambling because, I mean, I didn't think I would ever say that. But you know what? I'm going to say it. Thank God Calvin Ridley gambled because I'd rather have A.J. Brown right now. For what we got him for, I've got to say. We got Philly the podcast. What's going on, man? It's Joe Castro. If you guys haven't subscribed to his channel, please subscribe to his channel. He covers the Eagles every single day. He says Chuck Clark to Philly for a 6th and wide receiver. Book it. I would do it. I would do it. If it's for a 6th rounder, that's a steal. I mean, that's a steal. For a guy that's, 27 years old, 20. Oh, is he 20? I think he is 27. 27 years old, can move around the field. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it. I definitely agree with that. Walter Hurst says, what do you think of what a week did Philadelphia Eagles have their by early or late bye week? What do you think that week did the Philadelphia Eagles have their by early bye or late bye? I don't know where they're going to have their bye. I'm hoping it's dead in the middle by like week 10, 11. I hope it's like, boom, like right there. Who's that? Cat means nothing these days. Just ask the Saints. Mickey Loomis in the Sour Cat. That's totally true, bro. That's totally true. And I think you can understand too, because the Saints, I think it was last year, the Saints had going into that offseason last year, I think what the Saints had like 90 something over the cap, and we had like 70 something million. Like, these GMs can work their magic to get under the cap in a lot of ways. Doesn't mean it's a great thing, but I would pay Bradberry no less than 10 a year. No less than no more than 10. Jay says, so there's enough cap for JJ Watt there because you said there's always enough. Yeah, but I would never want JJ Watt. I wouldn't be excited for JJ Watt. I don't think JJ Watt is what he used to be anyway. But Brian says, how much would you pay Bradbury? Like I said, no more than 10. Brian says, sign Bradbury and move McPherson to safety. That could be another option too. I mean, I think McPherson's a very good tackler. I think he's an A+ tackler. From what I saw from last preseason, I thought he tackled very well, got off blocks very well. So they could, but I don't think they're going to do it though. I just don't think it's going to happen though. Joe Jones, I told you, Joey, thank God Calvin could stay off the table. I know, bro. I mean, hey, I gotta thank Calvin Ridley for gambling. I gotta think. And look, I mean, because we didn't think, who would have thought? Who would have thought we would have A.J. Brown right now? I have no idea. Wouldn't have even thought that at all. Evan says, why don't we just get Bradberry and trade for Chuck Clark if Howie thinks we can win a ring, if Hurts can do it? For the Eagles fan too said, Joey, what team do you think we play week 1? I'm hoping we face Washington, and most likely it'll probably be Washington in Washington. I don't mind beating Carson Wentz when he's home. I'd rather go on the road. I feel like we should have more road games in the beginning. I would want more home games towards the middle to the end of the season. Because I know a lot of the hard teams like the Ravens, Saints. There's some teams out there we're gonna be facing at home, which is gonna be a good thing. So, Ari says run it back with Malcolm Jenkins again. That's another option. It's always another option. It's a reach option. I made a video on it this morning, but it's definitely another option. So I'm taking AJ over Ridley any day of the week, and AJ just turned 24. Ridley is turning 28. I totally agree with that. Plus, you traded a first and a third. You didn't give up any picks on day 2 of this draft. You gave up no picks for next year. You didn't touch your 2 first-rounders for 2023. You literally gave up a first and a third for a 24-year-old receiver. Just think about it. Tyreek Hill is 28, got paid over $30 million a year with none promising that, can he actually be more successful with Tua in that offense? And they gave up a first, a first, a second, a couple 4th-round picks. They gave up a lot of picks for him. You gave up literally, you traded for a 24-year-old receiver. 24-year-old players are coming out of this draft. When you go for a wide receiver as a rookie, which I didn't mind them doing, but because you're not going to be promised that you're going to get that Jamar Chase out of the draft that's going to come by week 1 and just explode on defenses. You're not promised that with a rookie wide receiver. With a guy that's been in the league for almost 2 years, got hurt with over 860 yards, okay, would have had his second 1,000 yard year at this point. Come on now. A.J. Brown is definitely it for me, man. Definitely it for me. ASMR says there's no reason we get Bradberry. Reynolds says, yo, Joey, Giants owe Bradberry 11.3 of this contract, but I'm sure he doesn't want big payday more in line for a competing team, so could get him around $3 million with a big signing bonus. $3 million? That wouldn't be bad at all. Yo, Zach, what's going on, man? Philadelphia Eagles fans said, Joey, imagine we play the Titans week 3. Jade says, how many sacks did Jordan Davis have? Dean and Reddit, give me a prediction, Joey, and the chat. Jordan Davis, I'd say, has 5 sacks for the year. Dean, I'd say I'd say Dean has maybe 5 or 6 sacks for the year. Reddick, I'm not sure. Reddick should be a 10+ sack guy right now, so he should have at least 10 to 12 sacks this year. So we'll see. Yeah, it's just me because I'm talking too loud. That's probably why. ASMR says, you think Pascal gets cut? No, I don't think so. I think you're keeping 5 receivers. You got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Zach Pascal, Greg Ward, and Quez Watkins. I think you have 5 right there. I think you keep 5 guys. Brian says, hear me out. Move Max to safety, which I feel best suits him, and get Bradberry. Well, you're not moving Bradberry inside. You're not going to move Bradberry. He's not a nickel corner. Ryan said, when I first see A.J. Brown trade, I posted, I couldn't believe it happened. I had to make sure it wasn't fake page news. Reno says, no way Pascal gets cut. Sirianni absolutely loves him. Rager is the odd man out. I totally agree with that. I think Jalen Rager will be traded or released by the trade deadline. I'm 90% sure that it will get done. I swear to God, I'm not kidding. Not kidding at all. Trade future 83rd overall. Is that how he was going to trade for really? We got Dean with it. Calvin who? Next question. I totally love it, man. I totally love it. Billy O's fan says, I can't wait to watch A.J. Brown torch that Titans defense. Abji Roy says, what up, Joey? On defense, everyone is going to eat. Trust me. I hope so, JM. I hope so, man. So, Rand says, get Bradbury, trade for Chuck Clark 4th this year and a 5th, and we're set, man. Yeah, I think it's going to take a couple mid-round picks to trade for Chuck Clark if that's who you really want. I totally agree with that. Jose says, what up, Joey? We need to talk about how J-Jaw is still on this roster. Somebody bring out the trash can. I will bring it out for him. 100%. Tony says, Davis, 4 sacks, Dean, 4 sacks, Reddick, 13. Yeah, Reddick needs over 10 sacks. He's had 23.5 sacks the past 2 seasons. If Gannon cannot get over 10 sacks with him and they don't use him the right way and he can't get 10+ sacks, I'm not putting it on Reddick. I'm putting it on how they're using Hassan Reddick, on Jonathan Gannon, 100%. Suo says, Max played great in the slot. He can't get beat by a double move down the field in the slot. He was terrible outside. Dredd says, keeping 6 receivers, Brown, Smith, Watkins, Pascal, Ward, Covey. So Covey makes the roster. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be really interesting. I didn't mention Covey. I don't know if they keep 6 guys. We'll see though. Jeb Tide says, I think it's possible that Rager could be traded or released before training camp. That's what I believe is going to happen. Joe Joint said that what if Quez legit number 2? This offense is going to be crazy. If Goodrich can lock down cornerback 2, we going for gang. No, I totally agree. Yeah, we'll see what Mario Goodrich has. They paid him a lot of money as an undrafted free agent. They paid him like $216,000. They paid him a lot of money. No joke, paid him a lot of money. ASMR says, just can't believe the duo of Brown Smith. That's just flat out unfair for defenses, and I love it. Kibo says, don't worry, J-Jaw is getting cut. Don't worry. I hope so, man. Jay says, when the trade deadline again? It's by week 9 of the season. But week 9 is the trade deadline that week. Oh, that dude says, they're not trading Clark for nothing less than 2 or 3 third-round pick. He's their starting safety. I don't think he's a starting safety anymore. They got Epps. They got Marcus Williams, and they have Kyle Hamilton now. There's no way he's starting. He's not starting this year. They have no room for him this year. They're trying to get rid of him right now. James said, you can't wait till Thursday NFL schedule. I'm pumped, dude. I'm pumped for it. I will be streaming that day. I'll be ready to go. Willie says, watch some Carson Strong film and looked at some stats. He looks legit. No, he looks good. Other than really just having issues climbing the pocket, being more consistent on throws, and, being a sitting duck in the backfield and just pocket awareness, really. Then having, that knee surgery, had that past knee surgery. So we'll see what he does, man. I think he gives good looks for our team. Nick really likes him. So George Jones said the Eagles defense could break the team sack record. I hope. What is the team sack record right now? I don't even know. Carl Real said, I was watching CD Lamb highlights, and Hurts can't throw the deep ball accurate consistently. A lot of it was CD coming back to the ball. What are you talking about, CD? What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about when they were in college together. Okay. Yeah, I've seen that a million. Even at his pro day, he kind of underthrew some balls too at the combine, I should say. At the combine he did. Round says, Hamilton has a media scrum and said, I'm not coming off the bench. I'm a starter, end quote. So it might be an option. Man, I hope so. Release Rager and let's go. Brian says they'll trade Ward for an extra pick in 23. I'm totally, yeah, obviously. That's what I'm looking for. A pick for next year, most likely. I don't even care if the Eagles get a pick for Rager for 24. I don't even care at this point what it's for. Jane Young says, who's the other tight end we have? I know Goddard named, the rest Joey. You got Grant Calcaterra, the 6th-round pick from SMU. Tyree Jackson coming off an ACL. Jack Stahl, that Togai guy. I can't say his name right. That's another guy they have. So Rayman says, I don't think the Eagles are going after him. We'll see, dude. We'll see. Woog says the moves mean nothing if Jalen don't show up. Well, yeah, obviously, yeah, that's the big picture. You know what I mean? So if the Eagles get rid of Jalen Hurts after this year, just think like this is what I wanted. I didn't want them to trade for a QB. I didn't want them to draft a QB. I wanted to build this roster. So if Hurts has no excuse this year, if the Eagles and Jalen Hurts does not pan out, okay, if he does not pan out, Eagles grab a quarterback next year with the picks that they do have. And that quarterback will be in a very good situation because it will be a very good roster around him by the time another QB comes to this building, if that's the case. So that's something else to definitely watch out for. Clark says, no way we cut JJ. Unfortunately, he got moved to tight end. It doesn't mean anything. Even if he doesn't get cut, he's not going to get playing time. I mean, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Palembird says this year, Howie cuts ties with J. John Rager and just starts fresh. Made a mistake, move on. Yeah, made a mistake in moving on. I feel like that's what Howie's doing. I think that's what Howie's doing. If he thought Rager was going to be something, they wouldn't sign Zach Pascal. They wouldn't sign, they wouldn't sign Brown. I mean, they wouldn't sign A.J. Brown here. That's 100%. So. All right, so ASMR and Randall talk about Grant Calcaterra. I think his route running is really good. I think he high points the ball very well. His contested catching is really good. I love his catching. Him and Jalen Hurts did play in Oklahoma. I don't know how he's going to transcend to the NFL, but I think with good chemistry, he could make it as a number 2 behind Goddard. I mean, we'll see, but I think he could be the better tight end out of any of them in the room right now, besides Goddard, obviously. Jade Miley says, that profile pic is from my trip from Colorado, by the way, Joey. That's awesome, man. I look good, by the way, too. The ribs or whatever that picture was. Eric says, Eagles are the type of team to trade Greg Ward and extend Rager to 1-year prove-it deal. Yeah, which I thought Greg Ward last year should have had a lot more snaps. I mean, Greg Ward should have had a lot more opportunity last year because of the Eagles giving chance after chance for Jalen Rager. Every single game last year was totally ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Yo, Bergang 31, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Trades Future says, realistically, Ravens trade Clark in a 6 to Eagles for Rager in a 4th. I would totally be down with that. I'd be totally fine. They get us a 6th-round pick plus Clark. I'm totally fine. Jim said, smash the like. I appreciate it so much, man. Hendrick says, who do you think is the tie-in to this year? It could be Grant Calcaterra, man. It could be. Tyree Jackson's going to his 2nd year playing as a tight end, coming off an ACL injury. Jack Stahl's mostly a blocking tight end. I would like to see him. I'd like to see him catch a lot more balls, but we'll see. How do you get a wrench? If you get a wrench, you pretty much got to show up to a lot of streams. That's all. Just gotta show up to a lot of streams. That's it. Because I had to reset my mods a few times already because people were blocking people for no reason, and I don't like that stuff. Like as long as it's not threatening or political, I'm totally fine with it. You know what I mean? Then if that's the case, then you got to block people or Lil says, Joey, the Eagles will have their first Pro Bowl wide receiver ever. Loves it, dude. I'm hoping they do, man. I'm hoping they do. Devontae Smith has got to get it going. I mean, who are you gonna block? Who are you gonna defend? I mean, you got Dallas Goedert. It's already open enough as it is. It's gonna be amazing. Alexander Ford says, coaching staff and Hurts will be on display this year. No one's safe. He'll be the text. How are the Vikings so great last year? They were middle of the pack, just like us. Ryan says, Joey, I think we cut JJ and give Rager another year and put up or shut up. By the way, I don't want Rager here, but it's what I think will happen. I don't think so, dude. I think they're going to move on. I 90% guarantee Jalen Rager will be cut or released before training camp. He will be gone. He will be gone. Yo, David says, Joey, my dude, this team is shaping up to be a really good young team. We're getting younger and younger, man. I'm really I can't wait. This team is getting younger. This roster's getting better. It's really all up to the coaching staff. Jonathan Gannon on the hot seat. Shane Steichen is definitely on the hot seat this year at offensive coordinator because I didn't like how they treated Devontae Smith. I didn't like how they treated these running backs towards the playoff game as well. Okay, you don't pass Devontae Smith until the 3rd quarter of a playoff game as a number 1 receiver. Apparently, that's a big problem for me. Trading Rager like he's the number 1 guy, giving him more opportunity after fail after fail after fail every single week. Okay. Yo, Kesana, what's going on? Clark says, Ward have been clutch for this team. I totally believe it. I think Ward is a great slot receiver. He's not the fastest guy, but the guy knows how to get separation, and the guy can catch the football. That guy was our savior in 2019. He was our savior that year. Texas Tony B is it's new and they will be good. DR Williams said, "What up, Joey? Time to get Bradberry. I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Because I'm ready to get Bradberry right now. I'm ready for this. I'm ready to go get it. I'm ready to go get it, man. I'm telling you. And I'm hoping they make a move, man. I'm waiting for it. If the Eagles are apparently going to be aggressive, I'm hoping to hear something. I'm hearing to hear some news that they're trying to aggressively go get him. So we'll see. Georgia said if Hurts does not work out, to be surprised they go after Lamar Jackson, his contract, and that Hollywood Brown behind his back trade really made it possible to land him. I mean, I don't know, maybe, but that's like a big what if. That's a big what if. Even Kyle Murray, people are talking about him, and maybe they're not. He's gonna. I don't know. He's looking for that extension, so I don't know if he's gonna play on the 1 year he has left. So I mean, we'll see. Ricky says hopefully they develop. Carson Strong, he has a lot of tools already. He can get and stay healthy. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. You see the number for the Eagles, the Grand is 47. What is that? That was what's his face's number. That was the linebacker that we all hated. What's his name? Although he says AJ Brown over under 1,500 yards. I think he's under. I think he's under just because I think he will. I think he's going to get a lot of opportunity regardless. I think Devontae Smith will be that in that 1,000 to 1,100 yard range this year. I better see something from both of them. And it's really going to be on Jalen Hurts where this ball is getting thrown to as well. So, I mean, we'll see. Kay says, I would trade Rager for 2 cheesesteaks and a bag of potato chips. Scary says, the Calcaterra beats out J. Joe. Do you think they'll cut him and Rager in the same season? Yeah, I think there's a possibility. Or they throw him on practice squad as a second-round pick, and then someone's just going to pick him up, one or the other. Hedrick says, if we get Bradberry, we are set on defense. I think Epps can really step up and play a safety role. They need to start to develop these young guys. I totally agree with that, especially at cornerback. There's a lot of guys at cornerback. Tay Gowan, Zach McPherson, Mac McCain. I mean, Kerry Vincent Jr. You have, Mario Goodrich. That's an undrafted free agent that the Eagles paid a lot of money towards. So, I mean, we'll see. Sally B says, if Calcaterra beats out J. I think they'll cut him and Rigger. I already answered that. Andre Rhodes, Cody is going to be Darren Sproles 2.0. Kid is nasty. I'm telling you. I am telling you, he is going to be a freaking beast. He is going to be a beast. Rayman says, wait, you guys are confusing me. Did we cut you? No, we didn't cut JJ. We're saying that he might get cut. We're not saying, trust me, if he got cut, my computer chair would be thrown across the room in happiness. Okay. I'd be in happiness right now. That's where that would all be. So, Tyler Dodge, what's going on, man? He says, our team went from the oldest roster to the youngest roster with talent in a short time and made the playoffs in a retool year. It's crazy, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, we were the second. I think by that 2018 season, we were the second oldest roster. I think the Broncos were still one of the oldest rosters. But yeah, this team's getting a lot younger, man. A lot younger. Maine says, I hope we get Bradberry and Clark would be awesome too. Honestly, I think we need Bradberry more because I'd rather go with Epps, Harris, Wallace, Joey at safety than see Goodrich or McPherson. Or you can go the other way too and say maybe we sign most likely a other veteran cornerback that's available that you have Joe Hayden, Kyle Fuller and even Xavier Rhodes still available out there too. I mean, you can go both ways with it if you really want, but I agree with that. I agree with it. Just said Chiefs are going to overpay for Bradberry. Yeah, maybe. David says Goodrich is really a solid corner. Will surely surprise. I hope he does. ASMR said Kaiser White is going to be a star for us. I hope he does, man. He's on a 1-year deal. I don't know. He didn't want to go back to the Chargers. The Chargers just went. I mean, they're a Super Bowl contender this year. The way they built that defense this year, man. I don't know how he didn't want to go back to that, but man, he wanted to play for his favorite team, I guess. I can't wait for Kaiser White. Some of the Charger fans were really mad at that signing. They really were. Texas, have you heard any news that he got released, or is it still news from before? It's still news from before. He got released, and that was pretty much it. I mean, the only news that's been really covered about this is really just the Texans tried to trade for him, and that was pretty much it. When he was up for trade, but because of contract situation, negotiations, I guess it just didn't work out. Yes, Nathan Gary. It's all right. He's like, boo, Nate Gary. Miles said, what up, Joey? Can't wait to face Minnesota. That's a good home opener. I love it. I will probably be there. I will probably be there most likely. So if you guys are going to be there at the link, I will be there. Rayman says Smith needs to get over 1,000 yards this year. Jason says, I would trade Rager for a rusty house. Joe Joint says, Lamar top 5 QB, Comrie not even top 10. Zary says, Joey Shakes, I don't get the disrespect from McPherson. He played for 158 defensive snaps, didn't allow a single touchdown. He allowed 9 receptions on 70 targets for 77. No, I'm not hating him at all whatsoever. Like, I said to go get a safety first before get a cornerback, because I feel like if they want to bring in a body, if it's not Bradberry, say we don't get Bradberry, they bring in a body just to bring him in on a cheap deal. If it doesn't work out, they get rid of him before the season starts. They can still let these young guys compete. They're letting these young guys compete. They want to see, obviously, if they're paying Mario Goodrich $216,000 as an undrafted free agent, overpaid him because they want him to play here. They obviously want these young guys to really compete this year. I feel like they're trying to let these guys compete 100%. Joe says all this hype is going to get James Bradberry paid. Georgia says, go Hurts, go Eagles. Car the Real says, I got Quez between 800 to 1,100 yards. He was open a few too many times last year. Definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. Lily says, Eagles Super Bowl contenders right now. If we are not, when we get Bradberry and Chuck Clark. I mean, look, I'm not going to go that far, man, because I'm not the type of guy that goes that far. I mean, I think the NFC East is wide open. I think the Eagles are the best team in the East. I think they have the best wide receiver core, offensive line, you name it. It's really up to Jalen Hurts at the end of the day. I think the Eagles could take this. I think the Eagles could take this by a landslide, this division, okay, and be in double-digit wins. I said 8 to 10 wins, 10 plus if they really get this thing going, and I think they can. What's going on, Justin? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How are you today? Mike says, did Malcolm Jenkins say he wanted to come back? No. It's just to talk about that he's still out there. And I know he's retired, but you can always bring him in and not put too much on his plate and just play a position for the year. So Joe says, no fans chatter. Several teams are interested. Somebody's going to overpay. Joe says, you're not the only one after Bradbury. There are like 4 teams interested, so somebody's going to overpay. We'll see. I mean, you never know. We'll see. And it's really up to him at the end of the day. So we'll see. Willie says, Jordan Davis jersey is a must-want. That Kelly Green. Bill says, I read that Mike Tomlin's pushing for James Bradberry from a person inside the Steelers locker room. Tomlin willing to pay what Bradberry wants for contract. We'll see, dude. I'm not believing anything until I see it. I don't care what it says, bro. I don't care what it says. I won't believe it until I see it. I just don't believe it at all. So Swaggy says, I really wish Rager go, but he cannot. I believe penalty to cutting him is a lot. I mean, we'll see. Let's see. Bally and Bully said Harris is a slot cornerback. Don't need that. Just Biller said, I saw the Eagles and Vikings are going to play a Monday night game. Some idiot was saying he hopes Slay and A.J. Brown. Idiot. Dumb idiot. Derek said JB is going to get paid because he has an elite CV potential and is nothing worse than above average starter. Well, to be honest with you, he was a number 1 for the Giants, but didn't play like it too much. But I think he's a huge upgrade as a number 2. I think he's definitely going to overcompensate his play here as a number 2 across from a big play Slay. So I totally agree. I believe that. I totally believe it. Just I'm a Giants fan. James Bradberry's getting old. Trust me, you don't want to overpay. Well, no, I don't want to overpay him. That's the whole thing. If we're overpaying him, then that's I'm not into paying him that much money at all. To be honest, like I'm not into it. So. Oh, look at it's the troll Frank Tank. No free agent wants to come to Philly. When are you going to figure this out? Oh, you decide to show up now. Oh, he loves me. That guy loves me so much. I blocked him a million times over the years, and he still comes back. So, just as sure as how he kept Mr. Barnett, he'll keep Rager. Guess who's back? It's the wiener dog. It's the wiener dog. What's going on? It's the damn wiener dog. What's going on, man? Love says, how much do you think the Eagles are willing to offer Brady? I don't know, dude. I'm hoping less than $10 million a year. That's what I'm hoping. We don't know if this is going to be long-term or short-term as well, so I'm not sure. Love goes, how much do you think the Eagles are willing to offer Bradbury? Tony Cecilio is just another Skip Bayless, nothing but takes, disrespectful name calling athletes. So that's not good. Ludo says, how much do you think Eagles are willing to offer Bradbury? Bill says, but you think Howie Vision won't screw this up for an Eagle on don't get him thoughts? if they don't get him, I'm not going to cry about it. If they don't get Bradberry, I don't even care, dude. I'd rather go get a guy that's going to fit the system like Xavier Rhodes, because Gannon knows Xavier Rhodes. Okay, Gannon coached Xavier Rhodes for 1 year in Indianapolis and had a fantastic year. Knows his strengths, knows his weaknesses. I have no problem getting Xavier Rhodes. If we don't get Bradberry, I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm not, because if some idiot team wants to pay him that much money this late, I'm not in for it. Joe said, now that you have several teams after Bradbury, they're probably going to pay as much, if not more. Somebody should have gave up a draft pick. Yeah, but, I mean, the Eagles weren't going to trade with the Giants because, the Giants are going to try to fleece the Eagles. They're going to want more than just one pick. I have not looked at Reed Blankenship, the safety, the undrafted safety we picked up. I have not looked at him yet. I have to look at him. Mike says, someone throw that dog a bone. Totally agree. I know he does. I know he loves me. That's why he's always here. He's been on my channel for years. He loves it. All he does is he just does that. I mean, that's all he does. Brad said, this switch to 3-4 going to make our cornerbacks look good with our elite front line. Yeah, definitely more pressure up the middle, and we need it. We need it badly. We need it very, very badly. So I'm trying to find more news on this. Definitely want to find more news on this and see what's going on. But, I mean, if the Eagles are saying being aggressive, we're going to find out. Definitely going to see what's the truth and what's a lie. So we'll see. But been over an hour on the stream already. 300. We're not ending it yet, but just saying 395 in the chat. Much love to everybody that's in here right now. If you guys haven't subscribed, you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. We cover the Eagles every day. We do streams like this every day. Check out some of the content. You won't regret it. If you guys haven't liked the stream, please like up the stream. Like it up. Try to get this to 200 likes if we can. Much love to everybody that joined the stream today. Check out the memberships in the live comment section and in the live chat as well. We do extra content for the Philadelphia Eagles, things I can't put on YouTube because of copyright. It's any tier, doesn't matter what you get the same content. It's just for support and extra content. So much love to everybody that joined up today. So thank you so much. Alumni says, what in the words of on Bradberry? There's nothing going on right now. There's absolutely nothing going on right now. Tom said the Eagles are not switching to a 3-4. Well, they're not switching 100% to a 3-4, but they're playing multiple fronts. They're playing a hybrid system 4-3-3-4 and disguising coverages. They're doing all of that, which they were supposed to do last year, but they didn't have the players for it last year. So Jerry says they're not switching to 3-4. Louis says we have Rams, Bucks, Eagles agree for NFC standings of the top three. I mean, I think that's almost right. I think that's almost right, to be honest. I'd say you're at least a spot away, probably another spot away from me saying they're the fourth best team in the conference. So we'll see. Philly says, why do you keep skipping over my comments? I'm trying to get through there's a lot of comments here right now. I don't mean to skip over everybody. So I apologize. I'll try to look for it. Just put it in the comment section again, or the live chat. Just put it in the live chat again. I do apologize. I'm just trying to get to everybody. I'm trying to get through people I haven't picked either. So David said we need a safety before cornerback. Trust me, we got enough talent. I feel like they let the young guys develop, but I still think they should bring a body in. Not James Bradberry. If they don't get James Bradberry, I'm talking about another body outside that's over 30 or someone that, if you could see one of these younger guys win the job over a veteran cornerback, I think you just release the veteran cornerback at the end of the day. So I think that's what they should try to do. Joel says, what are you looking at more, Joey, offense or defense? I mean, both, really. I mean, I'm looking at I'm trying to look for an explosive offense with good quarterback play this year to what they have at receiver and tight end, a top 3 offensive line plus a stacked running back room. I mean, I'm looking for 30 points a game with what they have. I mean, there's no excuse for it. And on top of everything else, defensively, they got Jordan Davis now. You're getting Brandon Graham back. Your pass rush should be a lot better now. You're loaded at linebacker that can move from, Hassan Reddick, they move from edge rusher to Sam linebacker. You have Nakobe Dean, that's a top 14 prospect from this draft. Another first-round prospect that went to the 3rd round. You know what I mean? Kaiser White, TJ Edwards, you're loaded at that position. You know what I mean? We're really just safety and really number 2 corner. I mean, and then really it's up to Jonathan Gannon. That's the second step to this whole entire process. Jonathan Gannon, it's all up to the coaching staff now. Howie Roseman did all he possibly could. If the Eagles just get one of these positions as of right now at safety, cornerback 2, I can't blame Howie for anything else, man. It was a great offseason for Howie. Great offseason for Howie. And wheeling and dealing, making moves. So I can't even complain about it. Tamar said, I think everyone is forgetting about Miles Sanders. He's a big key to this offense. I 100%, dude. 100%. Big contract year for him right now. I'm Jimmy Rose says, no Kobe Dean, Jordan Davis, and Sam Reddick in all black. Cannot wait. Don says, we need a cornerback more than a safety. It's not hard to just give good help on the back end, especially since our linebackers are good. No need to have box safety, but somebody has to hold down opposite from Slay. I totally agree. Jay said, Miles Sanders is going to feast this year with the additions on offense. If it's time to ball out, love the stream, bro. I appreciate it so much, DJ. Thank you so much, man. James says 4 months will go fast. It probably won't. The more you think about it, probably won't go fast. Name says Nakobe Dean is too small for anything other than 3-4 defense in the middle linebacker. Let me just put the stream up real quick. Hold on one second. Let me actually try to. All right, we're good. All right, I'm just making sure. I'm making sure we're good. Okay. Jerry says, do people not see all the comments? Someone's what? The Hit Low Squad says the Eagles defense is trash. They should fire defensive coordinator. Well, I do believe it. If you can't get Hassan Reddick, if you can't hold on. My damn stream is playing like 3 times. Okay. Something just happened. Weird. If they can't get it done, if he can't get it done, if Hassan Reddick can't get over 10 sacks this year, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things that need to happen this year. This defensive line can't get pressure. If he's not using these linebackers the right way, I mean, he can make players look really bad in how he's using them. So that's the issue I'm going to have. Jerry says, hey, if Howie pulls this off and gets us Bradberry and also finds us another safety, this will be the most talented team I have ever seen us have. I totally agree with that. Totally agree with it, man. Couldn't agree less with it. Jay Young says, Jamal, I'm excited for both offense and defense. Eagles 93 says, Jerry Howard Jr. or Kennedy Brooks. Who's more likely to get the spot? I think it's going to be Kennedy Brooks. Jerry Howard was a tryout. I don't know how long he's got until he can make the team or not make the team. At least go into this camp, because Jerry Howard is more of a through 230-yard all power back, purely just a power back. But he could catch the ball as well. He has passes thrown, and he played for Towson. Kennedy Brooks from Oklahoma. I really like him. I mean, he runs a 4.59. I don't even care about that, because when he runs through the tackles, he gets through this extra gear. The one thing I could say about him, he's got patience when he runs, and he's got power, and he's got great vision. His vision, what makes Kennedy Brooks a really good running back. And I think that's what's going to pay off with him. So if they're keeping 4 running backs, Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott, Kennedy Brooks, and Jerry Howard will be in competition. I think Kennedy Brooks will be that 4th running back if they're keeping 4 as of right now. So James says, I'm cautiously optimistic about this year. We've seen Eagles seem good on paper, but on the field, they struggle sometimes in the beginning of seasons. I mean, that's definitely true, man. I mean, I feel like hopefully they fix their mistakes. Hopefully they're fixing some of their mistakes on what they're doing. That's what I'm hoping, because at this point, I really want these guys. I really want these guys to succeed, man. I really do. I really want them to succeed. They didn't run the ball enough last year. They didn't run the ball enough. It's unfortunate. Joe said the Eagles fans put on the NFL Network Eagles replay from December 2019. Look at the amount of turnovers of players in a short period of time. I know, dude. This roster is totally just did a 360. I mean, no joke. Literally said he's a stud. Rhodes or Bradbury. Rhodes being cheap, Bradbury being over 10 mil. I mean, I think Bradbury is better than Rhodes. That's 100%. But Rhodes, I think Gannon knows how to use him, because he's coached him before. He knows his strengths, his weaknesses. Rhodes isn't the same player he used to be when he was with the Vikings on the beginning of that big contract he got. Okay, that's definitely true. But what you're going to get out of him is somebody that Jonathan Gannon is familiar with, and I think can work as a number 2 bridge corner. And because there's a defense built, a good defense built around him as well, he will get some help at times. So I think as a number 2, he will play pretty good. So Jane says, I'm more optimistic, though, about this year than last. I mean, definitely. We were excited about last year, but we knew a lot of mistakes were going to be made. We had our first-year head coach, new offensive coordinator, a rookie quarterback. I mean, there was way too many new pieces last year. Way too many new pieces last year. Jamal Bailey says, I totally agree. Wow, thanks. Draft did us greatly. It really did. South Texas, what up? Here's to remind everyone, champs are here. Oh, boy. Here comes the hype train. The hype train is coming. The hype train is coming. Everyone's ready. Everybody's ready to get this done, man. Swaggy says how he could do everything except cutting Rager. Cutting Rager will cost 4.2 more. It doesn't matter though. It's 4.2 million. It's not anything. If the Eagles can eat $33 million and Carson Wentz is dead cap, one of the highest dead caps, I'm telling you, they can eat that easily. That's nothing. If you're saying 4.2 million is a lot, it's not. It's peanuts for eating that up. Tyler says, I think a lot of undrafted free agents will make the roster this year. It's a solid class. I hope so, man. I really hope so. I'm looking at Goodrich. I'm looking at Josh Jobe. Obviously had the foot surgery in December. Didn't play in the SEC championship for Alabama. There's some good guys to look at, man. There's some good guys to look at. We'll see. You know, like Britton Covey, obviously the big special teamer from Utah. So we'll see. There's a few guys that they could hit on. They always hit on some type of undrafted guys. TJ Edwards, Corey Clement. There's some good guys that came in that played really well, man. Yo, Scaldy with the bald. He says, what's up, Joey? Any word on Bradberry yet? There's nothing yet. There's nothing. He got released, and that's all the news we've been hearing. Apparently, there's a lot more teams. I haven't seen any other news about all these teams involved. I haven't seen anything yet about that. So we'll see, though. Don said, absolutely fill in. They need to pay whatever it takes for Bradberry. No more scrubs to get picked out consistently. And I totally agree with that. Totally agree. Bruce says Eagles will in the Super Bowl. Oh, I don't know about that, but hey, I like the optimism though. Jason, there's no way to mess this defense up. We got Jordan Davis, we got Hassan Reddick. Yeah, I mean Kaiser White. I mean you can't get this defense going what you have right now. Like I don't mind the soft zone coverage, which I hated last year, but I mean they got to be more physical this year. They can't respect quarterbacks. They have to blitz more. I mean. Justin Herbert had 91 completion percentage on us. He had 91 completion percentage on us last year. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, you look at God. I mean, they gave 6 to 8 quarterbacks over 80% completion percentage last year. I mean, even Zach Wilson wasn't getting blitzed that much in that Jets game. I mean, it's that bad. Derek Carr was 31 for 34. I mean, that's ridiculous. South Texas Eagles won't be a top 10 team in the season as long as Hurts in starting. Jim says Jacoby Dean, regardless, he's not as big as he was a steal, especially getting him in the third round. Man, wake up! I mean that's what. I mean you can't. If Jonathan Gannon can't work with this, he's got to go. He has got to go. Lil T West, if Hassan Reddick doesn't get 10 sacks, Davis, Cox, Graham, Hargrave are eating that. That's why. Oh, I'm totally fine with that. I don't care. Like. As long as like one is helping it, as long as they're being disruptive, I don't care about the sack numbers. Like, look, I mean, with Hassan Reddick, I'm hoping he gets above 8 sacks this year. I mean, I'm hoping maybe, but you know, Harpoon said Bradbury will be very costly for someone. Don't the Colts already have a shutdown corner? Yeah, they have Gilmore right now. Yeah, they got Gilmore. Jerry said, what do you know about Carson Strong? Week 3 will be yelling out for a change. Well, I don't, dude. Well, here's the thing. I don't know if they're not keeping 3 quarterbacks on the roster. That's the problem. Minshew's still here. If Minshew gets dealt with, I think Carson Strong will be the backup quarterback. If Minshew is still here, Minshew only cost $900,000 for the year. So I think Minshew does want out. I think somewhat part of him wants out of the Philadelphia Eagles and wants to start fresh somewhere else because he wants a chance after getting that win against the Jets and he kind of feeling the juices again and of just winning in general. I feel like that, you know, if they move him, Carson Strong will be the backup quarterback. If he's not, even if Carson Strong is on practice squad, he is not going to last on practice squad. I'm telling you right now, he will not last on practice squad. So won't happen. Won't happen. Eric said, if you had to guess, which team do you think will land Bradberry? I don't know. It could be KC. It could be the Saints. I mean, I have no idea. It could be almost anybody that needs a cornerback that wants to upgrade. Ron said, man, I wish our 1-2 punch with Ertz and Goddard. Can we trade Rager to Arizona for Ertz? Please solve this tight end 2 problem real quick. I think they'll solve it this year, man. I have a lot of faith in the second tight end spot. All right. That's what I'm saying. Joe says, this is what is called being in the right place at the right time. James Bradberry is in the right place at the right time, and he's going to get paid for it. So Joseph is a Giants fan, if anybody doesn't know. And yeah, I totally agree with that. He could get paid a lot of money. He might not. Who knows? Depending on how it goes, we'll see. I mean, this shouldn't take that long because, training camp is upon us, very soon. And, the OTAs and all that stuff. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's go with the ball. He says, Tay Gowan season. We'll see. He called himself the the Tom Brady of cornerbacks last year. I don't know why. Don't ask. I have no idea, but that's what he called himself last year. I was kind of like, oh, okay. I don't get why, but it is what it is. We'll see. Lovey says, I'll take 4.2 mil. Eric says, love your channel. That moment with you and Philly 500 finding out A.J. Brown will forever go down as a Philly media classic. I appreciate it, Eric, so much, man. Yeah, I wasn't even there. I was actually getting a drink real quick, and I came back, and Philly was freaking out about A.J. Brown, and about people were saying A.J. Brown's name. I was like, what the hell is going on? So I appreciate it so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. We had a really good time that whole draft. It was a great time. Dev said, I want Zach to be good. Jamal says, the O-line back, and I believe Miles is going to go off this year, which should open the pass game even more. I totally agree. Joe said, I can't wait for camp. Me too, man. Me too. I'm pumped just to watch it this year, just watch all the competition this year. ASMR says, crazy part is the team has more talent than the Super Bowl team. That team just got hot at the right time. I agree. I feel like they have better receivers than the Super Bowl. I feel like this offensive line is a lot better than the Super Bowl, and it's far younger too. I feel like there's a lot of upgrades. Free agent. I mean, we had a big free agency last year. I mean, a big free agency in 2017. I think they built around Jalen Hurts a lot better, getting A.J. Brown, especially already having Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. I feel like it's really good. I feel like it's absolutely amazing right now. Judden says, if we don't get a vet cornerback too, who do you think wins the job? I'm guessing Zach will be the front runner because I could say get Tay Gowan winning the corner 2 spot. We'll see what Mario Goodrich does. Like I hope Zach. I mean, I know Zach McPherson, the 4th round pick out of Texas Tech. I know he's been working his tail off with Big Play Slay this offseason. And Tay Gowan, we traded him with the Zach. We got him in the Zach Ertz trade, so hasn't had an offseason with the Eagles yet. This will be the first time for him. So I mean, we'll see. Mikey says, a scrub is the guy who gets no love from me hanging out with the passenger side of the best friend riding to holler at me. Don't want no scrub. Cody says, this is the first draft class in the last decade where I'm excited for every pick. Want to see everyone on the field. Totally agree. Lovey says, I had a dream about the Eagles defense last night, and let's just say they were looking beastly. That's a good sign, though. Dreams are a good sign, though. Jerry says, high complete percentage falls in GAN, 99% his fault. Name brand Minshew will be used to get us at cornerback 2 or safety. Alexander Ford said, I believe Davis motivates Cox sack this year, and we were signing him next year and for 2 more. You're talking about signing. They're not re-signing Fletcher Cox again. I'm telling you right now, they are not re-signing him. So it says, do you know what I said about Carter Strong? 32 teams had 7 chances to take him, and nobody did. 32 teams had chance to take him, nobody did. That says it all. The Eagles took them as undrafted free agents, so he's going to be. I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about Carson Strong. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's got a lot of issues. I mean, he's got some flaws to him. He just has a good arm. That's it. I mean, you can have a good arm, but not be consistent. I mean, that's what he is. Not great pocket presence. Can't climb the pocket very well. More of a sitting duck in the backfield. He's had past knee surgery too. Like all I want Carson Strong to do is give our guys good looks for camp. That's it. That's really all I'm looking for. Past that, I'm not looking for anything else with that whole thing. East Care for Life said, I don't mind any Eagles player had double-digit sacks on the Super Bowl run season. I don't think so either. Bride says most fantasy football networks has Jalen Hurts top 10 this year. Eric said, I got the 2017 feeling about this season. If we stay healthy, I truly believe we could win it all. Sherrod says, these clowns love Carson, no knee strong. Ron says, I know, Joey, I miss Ertz so much. The guy's my favorite. Oh, yeah, 100%, man. I always love Zach Ertz, man. I mean, 100%. I mean, there's no doubt about it. No doubt about it, man. Trey says, hard not to get carried away with what we did on the paper offense, defensive scheme. Has to be better this year, though. That is the real underrated X factor while everyone else will be looking at Hurts. Name brand says, Tay Gowan meant he was a top pick like Brady, but watch what the hell. I hope you guys are right about. I don't know how he's going to do. I really don't know how. I don't know how he's going to do it all. I really hope. I I hope that it works out with Tate Gowan, because I haven't seen much out of him, but I hope we get something from him regardless. So we'll see. Joe says the Giants were trying to restructure his contract. They didn't have any money, but he acts like he's going to get paid. Tony says, Joseph, you know what I know about Daniel Jones. Giants took him first, and they deeply regret it. Let's go with the ball. He says, win with the wide receiver core. There's instant mismatches everywhere leaving. Watkins with a cornerback 3, which is really important. Goddard with a linebacker. I think Hurts takes a huge leap this year. I agree. I hope he does. Like I said, Quez Watkins as getting on the number 3 corner will be on Quez. Quez is going to kill as a number 3 wide receiver. He will kill as a number 3. Not kidding. I have a lot of faith in Quez. With 647 yards, he should have been a 1,000-yard receiver last year. Devontae Smith and Quez should have both had 1,000 yards last year by a landslide. I am not even kidding. Should have had over 1,000 yards. So, John P says, no knees to look out. This guy's good. Jack says, Slay said to watch out for Epps, so I don't mind him back there 1 year. Just need that cornerback too. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Joe said, I love going to camp. COVID last 2 season camp. I can't wait to go live. Yeah, dude, I haven't been to an open camp in a few years. And when I think yeah, and it's been a few years. I think I went, I don't know what year I went. It might have been 19, 18. I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, open practice this year. The link is must. I know it's right. No, it's just on paper, but I feel so good about this draft. I can't hear you says, I can't hear you. What the hell is that picture? He smushed my face. I don't know. I don't know what that picture is. That sounds like you're talking about my Giants. Tom said, apparently Carson Strong interviewed very poorly as well. Had a attitude, but apparently lots of talent. Really has a bad attitude. I actually like having Minshew as a solid backup to Hurts in case Hurts needs to rest. Carson Strong can hopefully develop into the backup next year unless a crazy offer happens. Tony B says, Joseph, I bet you're excited about camp. That'll be your high point of the season. Joe says, try to say you're correct. Camp has been a highlight the last 5-6 seasons, but that's just about to change. Mayor said, AJ just posted some video of his gender reveal. He's having a boy. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Ernest says, we have a chase. T. Higgins, Boyd, now just need that QB play. Joe said, I watch college football. He's total garbage. Cody says, I really like Carson Strong upside, but find funny how everyone on Minshew bandwagon jumped off for Strong. No loyalty. There's no loyalty in football, dude. There's really no loyalty. I mean, from the players, there's no loyalty, and sometimes the fan base is definitely no loyalty at all. John P. says, Uber's about to pull up. Have a good one, boys. Yeah, John, I'll see you later, man. Have a good day, bro. Joe says, you can watch is now. He's on NFL Network replay. Appreciate it, Mike. Thank you for the sub, man. Thank you so much, guys. If you guys haven't subbed at all, subscribe to the channel. We have 358 in the chat. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys haven't liked the stream, let's try to get the stream to 200 likes if we can. Much love to everybody that joined the stream today. I'm not ending yet. I'm still going to keep going with this. I'm definitely excited to hear more on what's going to go on with James Bradberry, how all this is going to happen. And on top of everything else, if you guys want the extra content, join the Shake Squad Army today in the description and the pinned comment above for extra content. Any tier, doesn't matter which one it is. I just put on some copyright stuff that I can't put on YouTube. So that's for extra content if you guys would like it. It's all there. 100%. It's all there. See here. Jane said, if it was me, I can hear you. I took a picture and corrupted. South Tech said, may the better team win this year. That's it. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty pumped about it. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping with especially going into training camp, I want to see. The competition is going to be so much better this year, and I'm pretty excited for it. Cornerback is going to be one of the most important because not only if they don't get a corner, are they looking? Even if they do get a corner, you're looking at guys for this year, but you're looking at guys for next year as well. So you definitely got to look out for it, man. You got to look out for the rest of this competition. I think it's going to be really important. So. We will see. We will see, my friends. Let's see here. Joe says, Joey, any thoughts on the Monday Night Football home opener versus Vikes? Any other leaks? There's no other leaks. That was it. I mean, that was pretty much it. That was all the leaks that we possibly got for just the leak. And that's the only leak. Now, we're going to have more leaks this week. So definitely look out for it. We'll have leaks. I'm hoping we get a division game, the first game. I don't know if it's going to be home. It might be a road game. And like, if we go to Washington, I wouldn't mind it. Like, if we went to Washington the first game, I'm totally fine with it. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We will see. Ron says, are we keeping both Devon Allen and Covey pick up between? I think we're picking between the two, probably. I don't know if they're going to keep both of them. Cody says, my flag football team plays like Gannon's defense, high completion percentage. That's great. Tuss says, what's the ceiling on Job? I don't know, dude. I don't know if he could be a caliber starter. I mean, he's played corner and safety, but and not as consistent. So he didn't play in the SC championship game. He had surgery on his foot this past December. So I don't know, man. I think it's just we're gonna see what he does in just the competition in the room and see what he does. Jay said, that's funny. The picture was me. I took a picture of you and shrinked it. Ray says, Hurts is also the reason Rager has developed. Hurts can't find open receivers. Ernest says, I think our preseason games are going to be lit with the players we got to watch. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Nobody picked up Bradberry yet. Nobody did. Scully with the ball, he says, I think no team in the NFC East can match up with us in terms of DB or receiver. I totally agree with that, too. I think we have the best receiving core. Totally best receiving core. 100%. Sharon say, hope Goodrich gets the number 2 and we can get Clark from Baltimore. I like, they picked up a lot of guys. If you guys noticed, the Eagles picked up a lot of players like Kyron Johnson, Goodrich, like guys that are physical, guys that have this like edge on them, this gritty edge, talk back edge to them. Like I love players like that. I really do. Tim says, rumor has it Beef Jerky might start at guard. Beef Jerky. Jose says, I've been going to Giants camp for years. You were able to walk right up to the crowds now that yeah. Ron said, Joe, do you think we split with Dallas this year? Maybe my boy thinks Dallas sweeps us again this year. I think we spanked them. I think we either split or we beat them twice. So we'll see. David says, blame Hurts for Rager's drops. Come on, man. Well, I mean, if you're talking to me, I don't know if you're talking to me at all, but I blame both. I think there were some throws to Rager early in the season that he overthrew and underthrew to him. And there was a lot on Rager, 100%. It was more on Hurts, more on Rager than was on Hurts. That's definite, 100%. Yeah, and B didn't get MVP, bro. That sucks. Oh, he says, "How's it going, Joey? We signed Bradberry. I'm really excited, man. I'm really excited if we get him. I'll be really excited. Haven't got him yet, but we will find out. We will find out." Let's see here. So I hope you Eagles fans do well and the Giants do well that they got and we playing some big games this season. I'm sick of all of the losing. I totally agree with it, man. I totally agree. Fat Flash, Denzel Washington says, I think we can make an NFC Championship appearance depending on Hurts playing good and if we stay healthy. That's definite. I think it's all in Jalen Hurts, man. And Gannon's defense to play at least average or above that with what he has in this hybrid system that he wants to do this year. So we'll see. Ernst said, Nick like those tough edge players. Yeah, I like those guys, man. I really like those tough edge guys that we did get. I really am excited about it. I'm really excited about it. Ryan said, Joe, I think you're 100% right about Xavier Rhodes. He will be a cheaper option. Knows Gannon's system and balled out for him the Colts last year. I'm telling you. I mean, 2 years ago, he balled out with him a couple of years ago. Like I'm saying, guys, I think Rhodes is the perfect fit for that second corner spot. And Gannon, I think he's going to want to come here. I think he's very, he's comfortable with Gannon and what he's going to put on his plate. Go Pages says, what up, folks? What team is this channel about? It's about the Philadelphia Eagles. Pretty much anything, really, but mostly the Philadelphia Eagles. Judd says, I want Covey on Kerry Return. No more Rager on there. Reggie says, I'm not sold on Davis on the D-line. I like they picked up Reddick. However, the rest of the D-line is trash. I don't think so at all. I think that's totally wrong. Michael says, who's your prediction for the NBA Finals? Oh, man. I don't know, man. I think Milwaukee's going back. I don't know if the Sixers are going to survive. If they win against Miami, which they probably will, they probably could. I don't know if they're able to beat Boston or Milwaukee. I don't know if they're going to be able to get it done. I don't know. I mean, they make a lot of mistakes. I mean, they're lucky these two different teams that we faced so far in Toronto and now Miami. I mean, they're really not that good. I think going into that next round is going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. Ron says, I just love our diversity and our wide receiver core. Smitty, I just so crafty with his footwork. AJ's physicality is insane, and Quez is just speed. It's so diabolical. Yeah, I totally agree with that, man. 3 different skill sets, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Ernest says, if we sign Bradberry, it's definitely a potential 2017 type season. Joe said, this is the season with no with excuses for some players and some coaches. Everybody says, Sharon says, seriously, YouTube sent me here, but I don't know where I am. You're in the what is it called? The you're in the Twilight Zone. There's the Giants defensive line is stout, stacked. We're coming after Hurts. We'll see, bro. We'll see. If you could catch Hurts, and if you can cover these receivers, because there'll be a free release, we'll see, bro. I'm gonna tell you, you go after Hurts, you're gonna be making a big mistake. Big mistake. Reggie says he Dallas beating Eagles twice again. Dak is the key. Hurts trash. Oh, he is a Dallas fan. Okay, that's why he sounded really stupid on that last comment. Marianne Nellis says, next draft we should get Ellie Ricks or another corner. Gregory says Embiid definitely got snubbed. He did. So it's so much better than when both teams are playing well and we play each other. The atmosphere is insane. Go Balls. So Washington could be a sleeper, though. I think team success depends on QB play. NFC East will come down to who's the best QB in the division. Yeah, I totally agree. Just all teams about the quarterback, veteran, young, good, and bad, and all quarterback. Justin says, who do you think will have the most interceptions for the Eagles? I think Slay has another good year this year, man. Gabe Bates says, this is an Eagles fan channel. Howdy from Raider Nation. You guys had a good draft. I'm so excited for week 1. Yeah, I'm pumped, dude. I think everybody's excited for football again. These 4 months are going to be kind of crazy, man. The next 4 months are going to be kind of nuts, so. Monroe says it's way more than Rager. Hurts put the ball there for him twice in the Giants game, New York, and Rager choked twice. Get him out of here immediately. Yeah, I totally agree, man. After that day, I think I was done with Rager. I think that was like the last straw. If Rager caught that ball, that was me instantly saying Rager was the hero or Rager was literally going to be the villain of this whole fan base. And he became the villain of this whole fan base. Pretty damn quickly. I got to say. Sharon says Covey would make an interesting slot. Reminds me of Edelman Welker. Yeah, I heard a few people talk about Welker. What do you remind of Covey? Interesting. No, Washington's receiving core is really good. You got Curtis Samuel coming back from injury, Terry McLaurin. Now you got Jahan Dotson on top of it, which I thought it was a reach pick, but it's still going to be a good player for them. And then on top of that guy got Carson Wentz throwing to all these guys. And Carson Wentz might have a good year this year. Okay, I understand a lot of us hate Carson Wentz, but got to be realistic. He's probably going to play very well for them. Now, will it take them to a championship? Probably not. Usually when Washington wins a division, the rest of the division has to be god-awful. I think we'd all agree on that to an extent. You know what I mean? Let's see. Drew said Jack has done nothing and has make $100 million. I totally agree. Logan said last draw was the punt return in the playoffs. Yeah, I think I was done at that point. I was done, but then that just put the icing on the cake right there. That was his calling. Ray said, what about when Hurts missed Rager and Smith and everyone, most of it is on Hurts you'll see this year? No, I think it's both. I think he missed Rager on a lot of passes this year. Rager should have caught a lot. There were some balls that Rager should have caught this year, but at the same time, Hurts did miss him earlier in the season a good amount of times as well as Quez Watkins and Devontae Smith. So they didn't use Devontae Smith as a number one guy. So Pruitt says Quez Watkins better than CeeDee Lamb. Ron says Milata going to lean over and smush Thibo. Shout says Dean won't even play this year. So who said that? Why won't he play this year? What are you talking about? He's definitely playing this year. He's playing this year, dude. He's 100% fine. Who says that Brown-Smith duo a top 4 receiver duo? It could be. I have good faith that it could be a top 5. I do. Stibbs is coming for Hurts. Jim Patriots said Cowboys are like Chargers every year. This is our year. See, even a Raider fan hates the Cowboys. That's just the way it is. Ryan says Quez is probably the most underrated receiver on this team, low key. I definitely agree. A 5th round pick receiver that is getting better every single year. 647 yards. Should have had 1,000 yards. You should have had two 1,000-yard 2 1,000-yard receivers this year. Joe says, you Eagles fans don't understand how bad the Mara family. No, I understand. Dude, let me tell you something. Like, we get mad at Jeffrey Lurie for a lot of crap, too. Like, Mara's done, and I understand, like, there's a lot of stuff that Mara has done. You know what I mean? And or letting some of these coaching decisions and some of these GM decisions that some of these guys make for the roster and acquiring players and stuff like that. So I totally agree. We feel like both of our owners are still in their ways, and we're trying to, this is a new way of building a roster, and they have to get out of the old ways of doing certain things. So I totally agree with that. I totally agree with it. I definitely agree. John says Fuller, King, AJ, Buyer, Rhodes, or Jack Rabbit. I'd be cool with it. I don't like Jack Rabbit at all. I think he's horrible. Rhodes, I'd get. AJ Bouye, I guess, if they really want him. Kyle Fuller, more inside, but I would rather take Xavier Rhodes out of all of them. Reggie says the Eagles didn't even put on pads. Joe says Giants fans are totally pumped this year because we finally have adult professional staff and staff that is not Dave Gettleman and Joe Judge. Yeah, I totally agree, man. I totally agree. But the Giants fans are coming out again. I mean, they come out. They came out last year, too. They came out last year after all those free agents were signed. So, we'll see what happens. I live in New York. I have family members that are Giants fans. I have friends that are Giants fans. So I hear it every day. Trust me. I hear it every day. Joe says Eagles fans are not sold on Hurts or prepared to move on. There's nothing the haters are saying that we don't already know. We are realistic. Hurts is here for a year to prove, and that's moving on. Yeah. So when people talk about Jalen Hurts playing better, or he's going to work out, or he's going to suck this year, at the end of the day, we know it's realistic. We know that this is a prove it year for Hurts. So anything that these people say, it's like you said, it's just nothing surprising. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with it. You know what I mean? Miles says we're going to take Wentz head off. I hope so. Dean is fine. Dean is not hurt. He's fine. He is fine. He was 100% participant. He is totally fine. His pectoral strain is gone. Like he is totally fine. He will be 100% totally fine. Ron said Dean is playing. Baby, say it again, Joey. We got Nakobe Dean, bro. We got it. Dean is playing. Mo man said, I like the Vikings because we get James Slay is with JJ and James is with Thielen. And Thielen is Thielen on top of it too. Like Thielen's getting old for them. I'm surprised they didn't draft. Did they draft a receiver? I don't think they drafted a receiver early. I think they drafted. I forgot. They drafted the safeties. I think they drafted the safety from Georgia. Ray says Hurts one run hit from injury list. Well, he's been tackled a million times last year. So I want you to tell me why, but you're not going to because that's just a troll. It's what you do. Everyone hates the Cowgirls playing a QB that could barely get a playoff win, overpaying a running back who gets outperformed by a backup. Joe said last season, Daniel Jones driving the broken down. Jason Garrett's 1990 defense, 1990s offense defense used to laugh when they lined up against us. Elliot says Dallas, another choke season. Cody says Dallas craps every playoff game. A QB sneak with no timeout sums up your playoff career of the century. Stu says can't wait for Malata to put Parsons on his ass. Yeah, I'm excited for that too. Jim says after the draft, I went to every Cowboys channel to see what they felt about, and all of them had powdered donut lips. Just the Giants went from the worst general manager coaching staff to the league, one of the best and competent coaching staff in the league. And the next step to the Giants is, can this coaching staff get Daniel Jones on pace to be the franchise quarterback? I mean, that's really going to be the next step to all of this. So, Brian DeBall, he could work out. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, man. There's a lot of new pieces for the Giants coaching staff wise. There's a lot of looking good on paper type things going on right now. We got to see how this all comes together with a lot of these teams in the East. So we'll see. Leslie South says, keep telling yourself that whatever makes you sleep at time. Chairman of the board says, if that's the case, why wouldn't every player be a one hit away? Stop. You look stupid. Ron says, Caldex is salty. Dean will be on IR when we watch it. No one is hating. We got Micah even. Oh, he is better right now. Leighton Vander Esch is better. That guy can't stay off. That guy can't stay healthy. Period, bro. The guy gets concussions every week. You're talking about someone not staying healthy. I think Cowboy fans are so jealous of the Eagles getting Nakobe Dean. That's just the truth to it, man. Just said Dak have been hurt last 2 years. Finished 5-6. Wentz going to get hurt by his dog barking. We'll see a lot of trolls out here. It is what it is, man. People, they love me, bro, because they love me at the end of the day. They show up because they love me. They love to talk their crap, and they just love me for me being me. That's just what it is. Absolutely the truth to it. Ted said, got to trade for Jonathan Abrams. Raiders declined his fifth-year option. Yeah, but he signed a one-year deal, so obviously they don't think very highly of him. He's not thought highly of. Don't matter, bro. I'm not looking at 1 year. I'm looking at his whole rookie year. Been literally hurt every single year besides last year. Roland says, what's your opinion on all the moves interviews the Eagles have done in the directive position, the front office position? I mean, I think they're making really good changes right now because I think Howie Roseman did this draft and he was like, man, I think I can get this done. I mean, he had such a monster draft, and I don't know how much. I think there's a really good collaborative effort. I think Nick had a lot to do with this draft, and especially Nick actually doing a really good draft. So it is what it is. We'll see, man. I think there's some really good things happening. Judge Elliott is injury prone. Dallas fan delusional, man. You got what they wanted. Dallas got worse. They suck. Roland says, what's your opinion on all the moves interviews the Eagles have done? Oh, yeah, I already said that. Muck says Dallas fans are like 5-year-olds that don't like ice cream for dinner. I changed my name from yeah, I know. Lightning. That's Lightning Prod right there. What's going on, man? Chairman of the board says everything in his upcoming season of Dallas depends on Dak. Uses cow bums, trash is like trash got. So he made the Pro Bowl his rookie year. Yeah, that was 4 years ago. That's 4 years ago, bro. Like, come on. Dak and Zeke had a good year, their first year in the play, and got into the playoffs, and then they were figured out. And they haven't done anything since. I mean, a Pro Bowl from his rookie year. Ooh, God, 4 years ago. I mean, Jesus Christ. Come on now. Got to be realistic, bro. It's like me saying like Eagles are Super Bowl contenders, but they were Super Bowl contenders, 5 years ago. It's stupid to say that. I don't know. People come up with anything to really just help their argument. I don't know. That I don't know. You go say Dick Cowboy fan told me AJ Brown isn't better than Lamb. We're gonna find out, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait because half of these people in this chat aren't going to show up when we beat their ass. So that's just the way it's going to go. Except own the division. You guys choke in the playoffs anyway. What does it matter? Like, I feel like all these Cowboy fans care about is winning the division. That's it. Other than that, they can't do a damn thing. If they think this roster that they have is better than last year, it's not. That offense is taking one step back. Amari Cooper, not there. CeeDee Lamb can CeeDee Lamb be the number one guy? I don't care if they got Jason Tolbert. That doesn't matter to me. Ezekiel Elliott's getting paid $18 million this year, and he's nothing special anymore. I mean, come on now. They lost a couple offensive linemen. Their offensive line's overrated. It's bad, man. Dallas if that was a year for the Dallas Cowboys, it was last year. And that's just the truth to it all. Just the truth to it all. Fire channel interacting with chat instead of just talking to them. Oh, yeah, no, I always interact with chat, man. That's the respect I give everybody for people that subscribe and watch the videos and stuff. I give everybody respect. I would never not read the chat. That's hard. That's very disrespecting. But we have to do is Judge said Dallas fans don't talk about the past because they're scared to talk about now. Gregory says, Joey, they're just mad because of their piss poor draft. It is what it is. It is what it is. They'll find out the hard way. Last time the Cowboys been the good people didn't have cell phones. Who that dude says going to be a long. See, the thing is, I don't say when's the last time you won a Super Bowl. I don't say that crap. I don't even care about that. The thing is, I'm talking about now. Like, if you think Dak Prescott's going to take them to a Super Bowl, like I from what happened last year and how that roster has downgraded. So Sal said, let's just see on the field. Yeah, that's all I'm saying, dude. Like, see, you're talking all that crap, but at the end of the day, like, put your money where your mouth is, bro. Because I'm telling you right now, the more you talk crap, the more it's going to hurt your team. The more, and it's probably not going to show up. So I probably won't see you for a while, but I'll be here regardless. That's how man enough I am. I will be here regardless if we win or lose. And I will give respect where respect is due. And I will attack my own team because that's what I do. Because I have respect. That's what I will do. We got a super chat from Ronald Yancey. Thank you so much, man. He says every Dallas fan wanted Davis and Dean until we got him. They wanted Von Miller. They wanted Bobby Wagner. They tried getting Bobby Wagner and Von Miller, and they couldn't get it done. They tried. Nobody wants to play for the Dallas Cowboys. Nobody does. Nobody does. Just a fact. Just a fact. Just saying. Trent said beat as a tight end and has next to Goddard would be amazing. Oh, that would be great. He would definitely play tight end, 100%. Lion said, at least we didn't get a guy who has off-the-field problems, D. Sam Williams. I don't know what his off-season problems are. Joe says, CD barely can catch Zeke. Watch McCarthy overrated fan drinks Fruit Loops and whiskey they lost, but hey, they haven't been anywhere since 94. Cheers, come on, guys. Good Cowboys fans are brave. Okay, how would you feel if your team was dog shit terrible as they were? Sheesh, have a heart. So now the tables have turned and we are underdogs. Thank y'all for doubting us. I don't think the Cowboys are looked at as the Cowboys are never looked at. I don't know. I guess you haven't been a Cowboys fan for that long because the Cowboys are never looked at as underdogs. The Cowboys are overhyped every single year, regardless of the roster. So I don't think you are a Cowboys fan because I guess you haven't been around that long of how the media perceives the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, that's just the truth. So it says you can't lose your number one, number two starting lineman and think you're better. It's not even just that, but it's just there's too many changes. Like I think defensively the Cowboys are still going to play relatively at a high level, but offensively I think Dak is going to have a solid year, but I don't think it's going to be anything special. Y'all are favorites, so I got my dog mask now. No one said we're favored to win the East. No one said we're favored to win the East. Maybe a couple people on NFL Network have said that. I don't think the overall aspect is we're winning the East, but we'll see. It's about time that we win the East. To be honest, it's about time. I can't wait. I get a Cowboy fan at work. I told him I'm going to enjoy this. I want to be a pick Cowboys. Don't pick us saying hurts this. I want my team to show up on the unexpected. Brad says nobody wanted to play for Mike McCarthy if their DC was head coach. Might have been able to get those guys. Dan Quinn. Tommy said Dallas will always think with Jerry Jones do is way too involved in every aspect of this team. I totally agree with that. He says South Tax keep talking. You'd be the first one who's crying. The best roster, I would say the best roster in the NFL or the division. I think we overtake a lot of in the division when it comes to certain positions. Not every position, but certain positions we do. Who had to smoke? Here's the South. Is Texans want Bradberry so Stingley can learn from a vet. Don't think he will go there though. Well, they tried trading for him, so who knows if they'll try to acquire him now. They might actually try to take another shot and acquire him. So it is official. They did just release him just now. So it is official as of right now. So South Texas probably wasn't even since the last time they won something big. Cody says, facts, Joey, Cowboys are always favored and have the best roster. I mean, that's what it's like that every single year. It's like that every single year. There's not one year it goes by that the Cowboys are downplayed as one of the worst teams. It never happens. It never. Kurtagi told Joey 500 just hit 40,000 subs. Joey, hope you do so too. I predict 20,000 by season. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think so. I mean, maybe doing time, maybe, but not now. But yeah, congratulations to Philly 500 though. Much love to him, man. But Andy says you're not allowed a dog mask. Eagles rock those to a Super Bowl. Yeah, you can't be copycatting that. The Giants win the pennant. The Giants win the pennant. I was just South Texas, just Cowboys fan bashing. I'm not even he's a fan. I'm not even hating on the guy. Like, he's just trying to represent his team at the end of the day. So I'm not hating on him at all, but I'm just trying to get through the conversation. That's all. Who's mad? We own the division. Oh God. I swear. It's like we really argue they're unrealistic Cowgirl fans. It's sad. It is sad. But I said, Joey, don't argue with them clowns. All they're gonna do is blame it on the brother again. The brother screwed us. South says to check your ranking. Y'all are ranked higher. Probably, maybe. I mean, we're never ranked higher than you guys. So maybe this is the year where we actually beat everybody's ass in this division this year. So it could pay. You know what? Whatever. I mean, I'm fine with it. I have no problem with it at all. I have no problem with it. Jade says, what up? Sorry, Joe, I'm late, but I'm here. Everyone, South Texas virtual hugs. Give South Texas some virtual hugs. He says, we will. You better come back when you beat your ass. Sure. I'm always, yeah, definitely. I mean, he probably won't, but I'll always be here regardless. Sharon says, only because the media is behind Dallas big market. Monkey says, no one asked. Round says, how it works when you win the previous year. Now you're hunted, and when you lose good players, you can't even sign a solid vet in the offseason. You got to be scared. Yeah, I mean, they couldn't sign a solid vet. I mean, they couldn't sign any. They did not sign anybody solid. They tried going after, as well as the Eagles, the Cowboys tried going after a lot of players, and they couldn't acquire anybody. I mean, they did what's-his-face real dirty that went to Denver. They did him real dirty, try to redo his contract because Denver was going to pay the same. That was going to pay the same amount of money, but they want to lower his contract. The Randall Gregory. I thought they did him. They do their players really dirty over there, man. That was horrible. That was horrible what they did to him. AK says, I will take Philly this year over NFC East team this year, giving them a great vibes. Everyone seems to be in a great place now. They can put it all together. We'll see, but they're saying 12-6 for now. And I'm not even going to go that far, man. If I say 8-10, but if they really surprise me, they can go 10+. But I'm very realistic, dude. I'm not going to go all out and say they're going to the Super Bowl this year. I mean, I feel like they could win the East this year. I definitely feel like they could do that. Playoffs, we'll see. But if we miss out on signing Bradberry, would you be okay with signing Desmond King? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, I still think they should go after Xavier Rhodes. That's like my prime guy right now. That's my prime guy. QB said Cowboys wouldn't have won the division last year if we would have ran the damn ball at the beginning of the season. Yeah, I could see they could have had a lot more wins this year. Last year they could have had a lot more wins. So as I see, I'll have my point. I'm saying until you beat us, I'll be here always. I want all the smoke. So that's why people don't like Dallas fans. They act like they're better than when they aren't, and they talk all this shit for no reason. Frank said, Power Rankings, Eagles move up to 12. Dallas dropped to 19. Any person, they really want Dean to be hurt. Losers. Round said, Randy Gregory didn't want to be back. Let's be honest. Says, I can't even see Dallas tanking this year to get a high draft pick next year. Round of South Texas, can we meet up? I live in Dallas. I'll blow all the smoke right in your face. Eddie says Dean is just fine, and everyone will see. Drew Joint says no. Don't nobody want to play for the Cowboys with Jerry Jones and dummies. They said you guys are nuts. The Eagles didn't beat a team with a winning record. No, they didn't. They didn't. They could have won. They could have won a couple teams with beating records, but they didn't at all. They could have, but it didn't happen. So Jared said the Cowboys fans really meet riding us crazy. Ernest Wild says, did we sign Jerry Howard Jr. guys or not? Is he related to Jordan Howard? No, he's not. He's not. He did a tryout. It wasn't it was just a tryout. Cool, bro. I'm in the tone. Hey, do I respect, dude? I give respect to everybody that reps their team, man. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I got no beef with everybody. I like to talk, but Sarah did we beat Carolina. New Orleans. Oh, Carolina. Okay, Carolina was 3-0, or what were they? 2-1 or 3? I think they were 3-0 at the time. I mean, yeah, they had a winning record at the time, but after we beat them, they I wouldn't say they were a winning. They weren't. Yeah, they had a winning record, but come on now. I wouldn't go too far with that. Yeah, New Orleans. Yeah, New Orleans was another one too. Was good. But still, it's not good enough. I mean, still, it's not good enough. Where Bears says the hot take with the Cowboys underwhelmed this season, they could be drafting a QB early. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Ty Rhodes is steadily getting cooked nowadays, so I'm not too. I mean, he's not the same player he used to be, but with a built defense around him, I think because Gannon knows how to use him, maybe. Duncan says Amari Cooper ran full steam out of Dallas. I think he knows something. Chad said, yes, we did beat Carolina and Saints when we played. They were above 500. Yeah, but Carolina fell apart, though. If you beat, so am I supposed to say, oh, this team did so well, they beat one team that had a winning record, or two teams, whatever the case may be, if you even count Carolina for having a winning record at the time, but they were not a good team overall. Muck said, do you not compare Devonta Smith? Who do you compare Devonta Smith to? I think I compare him to Calvin Ridley when he was playing well with Julio Jones. I could kind of compare him to him. He gets a quick release off the line, gets by the DB, gets great route running. I think in early stages when Calvin Ridley was drafted, it reminded me of Devonta Smith a lot. So Eagles says, "Oh my God, we got Bradberry. Oh my God, we got Bradberry." So the Raiders signed veteran Kenny Young, linebacker. Interesting. Yeah. Dude, I get it, bro. I totally get it. At the end of the day, that's what it is. I mean, it's football at the end of the day. We're having fun. This is football. I totally get it. So, South, I appreciate coming in, talking your crap. We're going to talk our crap. You're going to get attacked in the chat like crazy. You take it like a man. That's all that matters. We have fun at the end of the day. May the best team win. Cowboys fans really on our jock hard heavy. We not homo. Brokeback Mountains aren't found in Pennsylvania. Joe Jones said Eagles don't beat any winning teams on a rebuild year and went just as far as the Cowboys. Yo, Bro Steak said, what's the news on the Vikings game stuff? Nothing there. We're playing them week 2, Monday Night Football. I might be going to that game, guys. I might be staying in Philly and going to that game. Tommy says, yes, easy money on Matt Corral, Panthers jersey. Philly Fan D says, we didn't beat any good teams last year. Saints had their backup, still growing between. Yeah, because Drew Brees didn't even play it. I mean, they didn't play at 100% either. I totally forgot that Drew Brees didn't even play in that game. Joe Joint says, we beat the brakes off Broncos in 1.5. Cowboys got beat by like 40 by them. South says, Zeke been playing his piss poor. At least he runs all over Eagles, though. Mir Syrup says, D. Smith comp is Marvin Harrison. Miles says, there's nothing wrong, more satisfying seeing the Cowboys fans featured crying by Stephen A. Smith. You should never end the stream. I'm going to end the stream soon, though. Soon. We're already over 2 hours. 293. I just lost my voice. 293 people in the chat. Thank you so much for everybody joining this chat today. The stream on just some of the news that already coming out. We put out like 3 videos today because of some other news that did come out. So definitely check that out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Check out some of the content. We're going to be streaming tomorrow again. So definitely check that out. And then obviously, like the stream if you guys haven't. Try to get this stream to 200 likes if we can possible. We had a lot of people in here today, so I do appreciate everybody joining the stream today. Definitely check out the memberships in the pinned comment above the live chat. We have extra content, stuff I can't put on YouTube, and extra stuff behind the scenes and other things that happen with players and coaches and everything else. We put out extra content. Any tier does not matter. Definitely hit that link and join the Shake Squad Army today. So thank you so much, everybody joining the stream. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it so much. GPG. Go Pack Go. Eddie said, Joey B going hard. Thanks, man. Yeah, you're good, man. Anthony Perry, I appreciate you coming in, dude. Much love, dude. Yeah, he's the Packers 2022-23 Super Bowl champs. We'll see, man. I'm kind of interested to see what Christian Watson does in that offense with Aaron Rodgers now. I mean, I'm excited to see that offense, actually. Ty says, going to have to trade next year's Saints first, our first, to move up in the top 5 to Grant QB if Hurts is in the top 12 QB this year. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Jobby, Cowboy fans are welcome. I'm always down to tune into them catching a beat in the chat. Mike says, if we win 10 in a playoff berth, does Hurts stay without a doubt? If we win 10 in playoff berth? I think, yeah, probably. I don't know if the playoff berth's going to be enough, depending on like if we win the division or if we're in the 7th seed, whatever the case may be. Okay, they added another seed, so I don't know if that was just last year. I think it is this year as well. I think winning a playoff game will definitely put them over into signing Hurts. So it even depends on it really just depends on the game too in that playoff game. If like they're close, they're not getting beaten poorly. So we'll see. Mr. Pan says, I hope Jalen runs for 1,000 yards and throws for 3,000. Joe says, Cowboys delusional fans, Dak ain't, Zeke ain't, McCarthy ain't it. Enjoy your NFC East 2022 banner. Yeah, so the Eagles will be a problem this season. That's what I can see from them, man. I think they will be. If Hurts plays to his full potential, I think the Eagles could do very well. I think there's a really good future, good draft picks for the future. The cap is looking a lot better now. I think it's going to look better, a lot more better for next year. This team is getting younger by the year. Within 2 years, the Eagles have drastically changed from a lot of older to a lot of youth players now. So at least I go down swinging in the chat. That's dude. I give you respect with it, man. I give you respect. I do appreciate coming to the stream and giving your talk on the Cowboys. So, Phil Van D said, Hurts says it shows he can get the ball downfield and reading defenses. I totally agree. Judge said if we get the playoffs and win the first round, there's a big chance we keep Hurts. Yeah, I feel like they can. I feel like there's a big chance. I do. Sharon says 12 or 13 games won. So that Taco says we got a lot of pieces to contend. We just need to play calling on par. Eddie Perry says, so if the Vikings first at the link. So far, we don't know if the first game is a home game as well, but we'll see by Thursday. But this whole entire schedule will get leaked throughout the week. You know what I mean? It will get leaked throughout the week. So we'll definitely see. We'll see what happens. Tommy says Hurts will have it to win at least one playoff game and stay in Philly. Ron says, Joey, fantastic stream. I'll catch you next time, man. Be good. Nakobe Dean is a Philadelphia Eagle. That's all you got to say. I appreciate you coming in, Rylan, so much, man. Thank you so much for coming in. T-Patch, I think Hurts will have at least win a playoff game to convince Howie to let him stay. Tommy says, Julio to the Packers. You know Rodgers is shaking his head. Is that what's happening? Is he signing with the Packers? It might be better for them if he could stay healthy. I mean, he's not. I don't know. He just looked horrible. I mean, he looked so. I don't know. He looked so horrible. So, I don't know. I think just being injured and he's 32 years old now. I mean, he's not young as he used to be anymore. So, definitely. So it says, give me your 2 favorite player additions. Oh, that's easy. I mean, Jordan Davis. I've been talking about Jordan Davis since the combine. I mean, Jordan Davis, I was like, got to get Jordan Davis. I said one of those 2 defensive linemen from Georgia are going to be a Philadelphia Eagle. One of them was Devontae White or Jordan Davis. I've been talking about him since the combine like crazy. So, but I think Nakobe Dean really put the icing on the cake because you got a first round talent in the 3rd round for nothing. For absolutely nothing. So, not paying him nothing. So I'll take the Eagles seriously while y'all get a decent QB. So I said, not confirmed, but the Packers are looking into him. Andy Perry said, not sure if Julio's going to love the cold up there. Sharon says, we won 9 games with the roster we had last year. So with these upgrades, sounds about right. Cement said, if Gann doesn't work out, who would be our next DC? I don't know. I really don't. I think it'll be somebody off of another roster, most likely. Maybe. I'm not sure. But we'll find out. Jay says, love you, bro. Much respect. Love you, 500. I appreciate Jay Young so much, man. I appreciate it so much. Philly D'Anthony, AJ Brown got to be up there. Best additions. Oh yeah, 100%. Like because I love defense so much. Okay, I love defense a lot, and I've been really. I wanted Jordan Davis so badly, and then getting Nakobe Dean was like one of the biggest surprises. Especially, AJ Brown definitely is. If I want to. No, I'm not saying damn no to AJ. No. I mean, I like a lot of the additions, guys. AJ Brown was definitely an icing on the cake with it too. So. Yeah, so I actually think Julio Jones to pack isn't bad. We wouldn't be asking him to be the star. Well, yeah, no, he wouldn't be doing everything. No. Somebody said, wasn't the strength of our schedule last year compared to this year? I don't know. We're gonna find out Thursday. I don't know because we don't know where the meat and potatoes of the schedule actually is. Where it's gonna get a lot harder. Where it's kind of like it's gonna be not saying everything's gonna be easy, but at least knowing teams that are definitely beatable and how balanced the schedule is gonna be. Where our bye week is gonna be very important too. So definitely another thing to look at as well. So definitely agreed on that. Andy says AJ Brown got to be our best addition. Jay said Joey for a right guard, 500 for center. Mono says my daughter's 24. The last the Cowboys won a playoff game the last 2 years before her birth. Seriously, think about that. That's crazy, man. But they'll keep talking though. Hassan Reddick was a damn good addition. Oh yeah, Hassan Reddick too. That was our first addition in free agency. A lot of people forget about him too. Tommy says, no reason the Eagles don't win double-digit games this year, especially with our schedule, 11-12 wins. Swaggy says, yo, Eagles got to do something. Rager soon feel bad for the kid, but eventually Eagles are going to have to cut their losses. I'll try to get a draft pick from the Jags. I don't care where he goes. I don't care if it's a 5th, 6th, 7th round pick. I don't care what it is. It does not matter to me. All I'm looking for right now for Rager is I think 90%, I'm very sure he is going to get released or traded by training camp. That's where I'm kind of going to it with right now. I mean, that's where I'm kind of going with it. So that he says, would you sign Clowney or JP or Bradberry? Think will cost the same? Yeah, Clowney. I don't think they're going after an edge rusher anymore. I think they're done with defensive line, edge rusher wise. At defensive end, I think that's it. So it says Judge Jefferson's in the link. Going to be fun. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see. John Biller said the defense should be top 5, top 10. With what they have, it should be. B-Quiz says last year's schedule was brutal, especially in the front half. Last playoff win was 2018 against Seattle. JG Young, don't care if that $1 billion dead cap. I want Rager out of the Eagles jersey. Gang A Over says we going bust the Vikings ass. Howrod says did we get James Bradberry? We did not. He's been released, and there's a few teams already interested. The Raiders, I've seen interest. So crazy. Tommy says Raiders will take Rager like they did Aguilar. Yeah, nothing on Bradbury yet, man. Nothing on him yet. We will find out. We will find out what's going on. So we will see. But other than that, guys, that is it. That is it for today. I appreciate everybody joining the stream today. I had a lot of fun. We streamed for 2.5 hours, almost 2 hours, 20 minutes. So I much love to everybody join in today. Try to get the likes up to 200. Like the stream before you leave to 200. I really do appreciate it so much. Subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed, definitely check out the channel, guys. Check out some of the content. We're going to be streaming every single day. Yeah, I know. People don't want me to leave. I get it. We've been on for like 2.5 hours. I got some other stuff I got to do today. So you guys make the stream so much more fun. I really do appreciate it. So subscribe to the channel, like the stream, check out the memberships in the pinned comment for the extra content. Join the Shake Squad Army today. And yeah, we're ready to go. We're ready to go for see what else happens in the next few days this week. Or we're going through rookie mini camp. I don't think the beat writers were there, so we can't even find out what's been really going on as of right now. But we'll find out. We'll find out when the time comes. But you guys have a fantastic day. So, like I said, subscribe, like the stream. Much love to everybody. And we'll be back. South Tex, I appreciate you for coming in, man. I really do appreciate it. Suo, appreciate it. Jace Young, appreciate it. Everybody, I do it. Justin, I appreciate it, man. We'll be back tomorrow. And I will see you guys on another episode. And I will see you guys later. Shake Squad up. Follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace out.